What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today. Today, everybody, massive unboxing 16 is finally here for you guys. I hope you guys are on a fantastic day. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am so excited to be here. Months of anticipation, excitement, and everything in between has went into massive unboxing 16. I hope you guys are on a fantastic day today, whether you're a returning viewer of mine or seeing my channel for the first time. My name is Redriveraviation. I'm a 1:400 scale die-cast model airplane collector and huge aviation enthusiast, and I am so excited to be doing this massive unboxing for you guys. I know you guys really enjoy these, and I know it's been such a long time since I've been able to do one due to my mono illness that I've had over Q2 and Q3 of 2021, but that does not change the fact that we are finally here, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am so excited to be here. Today, we have massive unboxing 16. I know we've had so many questions about when the next massive unboxing is going to be coming, how many models are going to be in it, and all of those questions, all that anticipation, all that excitement is going to be encompassed in this video today. So excited to get into this, everybody. It's been such a long time waiting. Obviously, as you guys know, I love these die-cast model airplane unboxings. It's my absolute favorite, and I know you guys really enjoyed the last one. That was so big, Massive Unboxing X with over 40 models in it. I know a lot of you guys have found my channel because of that video, and I'm so excited to make that happen for this video as well. We have quality increases both from the camera perspective, my perspective as a content creator, and these models right here. We have everything ranging from NG April 2021 all the way over to some more recent stuff from Q3, and I'm so excited to get into this video, everybody. Feel free to skip around. There's a bunch of chapters in here, but if you're here for the long haul, make sure you get your beverage, your popcorn, everything that you may need, because this is going to be a long video. I'm so excited to get into this, everybody, and we're going to go step by step. As you guys know, I have not done a huge unboxing like this in months. It has been such a long time, but that does not change the fact that we are starting a brand new era today, everybody. I know we had a kind of a long intro, and I'm not going to waste any more time. We are ready to get into this unboxing. We're going to start with NG April. We're going to progress through. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, but I'll try to answer as many of them as possible throughout the video. With all that being said, everybody, let's get massive unboxing 16 started. Let's get started, everybody. We are starting right here with the NG models April 2021 releases. I know it's been such a long time, but I am super excited, everybody. This box comes from the RM model store, as that will be a common theme throughout this video. So many boxes from there, and they just do an amazing job. That's why I continue to order from the RM model store. They always do a fantastic job. But just a couple of brief things real quick. First and foremost, if the lighting changes halfway throughout the video, I'm planning on recording this throughout a span of 2 days, so that's why there'll be a big lighting gap throughout the video, or halfway in the middle of the video, I should say, pardon me. And just bear with me, guys. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of in a general rush right now because I'm just so excited. As you guys can tell, there are so many models here, probably 50 plus, and regardless, I am so excited. I know you guys are too. I'm not going to make you guys keep waiting any longer. We're going to get into this box, like I said, coming from the RM model store, and with these bigger boxes, I'm going to have to scoot it up to the camera so you guys can at least hopefully hear me pretty decent. But regardless, one of our traditions for our unboxings is we use the Swiss Army knife that I was gifted from one of my fans. So that is one of the traditions that we do here, and I love traditions. So if you guys have any other traditions that you guys would like to see us create, please let me know, because that's definitely something that I'm into. And there'll definitely be some things throughout this video. Hoping for not any broken models, but regardless, our first box from the RM model store, like I said, we have 6 models in here. We should at least, but I got this on the last day of school last year, and I'm currently almost halfway through my senior year already, at least a fourth, probably about a third. So, but regardless, guys, these models have been sitting in here waiting for a collector for such a long time, and I'm so excited to make it happen. So here we go, everybody. How about this lighting today? So excited. Let me see if I can get this propped up properly. Well, I was going to try to, but actually let's go for a top down. That's what we'll do. Like I said, guys, chapters will be throughout this video, so if you're looking for something particular, you'll be able to find it through those. But like I said, if you're in for the long haul, thank you so much. With all that being said, everybody, let's get started. So our first model here in some packing paper, as you can tell, very nicely wrapped by the RM model store, very much appreciated. I think we probably have 2 in here, and that is correct. 2 Southwest Airlines 737-700s in the Canyon Blue livery split scimitars. So excited. These will be our first models back for massive unboxings. I'm so excited. They are absolutely awesome. Next up, we have another narrow body. I think it's the United 737-700 Continental Globe. I'm sorry, it's been such a long time. That would be correct, with split scimitars as well, looking really good. We have quite a few models in this box, or 6 is quite a few, I think. But regardless, this is probably 747 SP. I had 2 of them in this order, so which one we're about to find out. Maybe the United or the American. Never mind, I got bamboozled. The Lufthansa Airbus A330-300 in the current livery. That would be an excellent replacement for my Gemini Jets one, because obviously that mold is not the most ideal. And actually, I wanted to go around to that side, but I'm not going to be able to because of the lighting. And our last 2 models are 2 Boeing 747 SPs. We'll begin with this top one. It will be American or United. And the United Battleship grade is. How about that box? We'll go more in depth, of course. I'm just doing the top-down perspective of boxing all of these. And last but certainly not least, we have the American 747 SP. How about that box? So, like I said, guys, just bear with me. This will probably be a super long video, so feel free to move around a little bit. If your forte is not watching me unbox all the cardboard boxes, feel free to skip through those. If you just want to see the actual models, feel free to skip to those. But regardless, we're going to begin with the Southwest 737-700s and just proceed on. So excited, everybody. Let's do this. Alrighty, everybody, here we go. Right here we have the 2 Southwest Airlines 737-700s in the Canyon Blue livery with split scimitars. I'll begin with one. Like I said, as we know, this is the first 737-700s from NG models. This is the United Continental Globe, so these are going to be very special models. So let me see if I can move us over slightly here. Sorry about this, guys. And get us in some amazing light, or that is the objective at least. There we go. We'll rock like this. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me as it's going to take some time to get reestablished here completely. Alrighty, here we go. Southwest Airlines 737-700 Canyon Blue livery split scimitars. What an awesome combo this is. Super excited for this. Let's take a look at this amazing box. Boeing 737-700. You got the Southwest Airlines CGI right here with the split scimitars and everything. You got the Southwest Canyon Blue fade right here with the red and the orange NG Models logo, 1/400 scale. All that fun stuff with the Southwest logo right here. Taking a look at the sides of the box, just the Southwest livery faded throughout. And of course, we also have the CGI on the top and the bottom. There we go right there. NG Models first Southwest 737-700. Here's the back of the box as well, looking really nice. And with all that being said, everybody, let's get into this model. Alrighty, bear with me, guys. If I'm a little close to the mic, I apologize. Hopefully not broken. I did see some QC issues, but hopefully we'll be good to go here. And we are looking good initially, so that is great news. Let's see if we take it out and have no issues. Come on, NG, we got this. And I think we do got this. How about that? A nice firm Southwest 737-700 in Canyon Blue livery. I thought since we're here, we might as well unbox the second one just to make sure, because I do give my overall thoughts on these models after I completely unbox them. So let's make sure that this one's nice and intact as well. And taking it out of the plastic, we are looking good. Great job, NG. Great start. Great start. We'd love to see it. And our first model of Massive Unboxing 16 is looking absolutely outstanding with this Southwest Airlines 737-700 in Canyon Blue livery with split scimitars by NG Models in the 1/400 scale. So let's get started with this, just taking a broad look at it. How about the detail on this thing, man? It is unbelievable. Colors are looking great as well. Let's get an in-depth look at this amazing model. Beginning up here with the cockpit windows, looking really good with the nose cone as well. Then we got the landing gear right here. First impressions on the NG 737-700 mold, outstanding, man. This makes the Gemini look like a joke. And that's not anything against Gemini jets. It just is so detailed. Just look at the precise cuts to the nose and the nose landing gear door as well. That is outstanding. L1 boarding door, and then you got the Southwest economy throughout here. Of course, Southwest, one of the biggest low-cost carriers in the United States of America. Transitioning through, we got the antenna right here on the top. We have the emergency exit door to one on the 737-700. How about the CFM56 size engines on the NG mold? It is outstanding. We have a landing gear down here as well in the split scimitar Southwest. I'll get that into focus. Looks really nice, and they did a really good job on the Southwest.com winglets. Obviously, it's such a small text, so you can't expect it to be clarity out of its mind, but it still looks absolutely outstanding. Proceeding on through here, we have November 252 Whiskey November. Awesome registration for Southwest Airlines, of course. And then, of course, we have the Southwest Airlines tail, as we can see right here. Personally, I think they did a really good job on the color. I think it looks outstanding between the orange, red, and the blue. And then just the overall philosophy of the model, it's just so nice. Taking a look at the other side, there's not too much different. Of course, we do have luggage loaders right here as well, but that's about the only difference. And I got very fortunate that mine doesn't have any major QC issues, either of them, of course. Of course, there was some bad QC issues, as NG tends to have a history of rough starts with molds, which is pretty unfortunate, but I think they are getting better. Taking a look at the top of the aircraft, of course, it looks really nice. Look at all that wing detail through NG models. They always do an outstanding job. And the bottom of the aircraft as well. No stand hole in this mold, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll see some stand hole integrations at some point down the line. Maybe we'll have to see. But really, really nice job by NG models. They absolutely killed this one. Here's the other one as well. They did a fantastic job on these Alpha 737-700s. Look at those grooves down there in the middle of the fuselage. Really, really nice job. So these first two models from Massive Unboxing 16 are looking absolutely outstanding. NG models did an outstanding job, to say the least. And I'm not trying to rush these first couple models, but I know they've been out for so long. There's been so many unboxings of these. I don't want it to take up too much time, especially for the stuff later on down the video. But we are most certainly doing an in-depth review of these, and I think NG models did an outstanding job with these two. Well done. Next in line, we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-700 in Continental Global livery with split scimitars. This is one of three in this unboxing. We also have the Star Alliance and the Evo Blue coming up in a later box from the RM model store, but regardless, let's take a look at this one. Got the Boeing 737-700 up here in the top left, and then you got the United CGI right here of the 737-700. Registration November 16732, NG models. Everything standard on the box. I'm not going to go through it all too in depth because obviously we know what the NG box looks like, but I will go into depth about how awesome the United Evo tail is on this box because it looks outstanding. Just take a look at how awesome they did of a job on this. I always really like how NG goes above and beyond in these boxes because obviously there are some companies that just really keep the standard box, and I'm not saying that gets repetitive, but it's really nice to have the change up of boxes, and I feel like that is a really nice component of NG models. What an awesome model this is going to be, everybody. Let's get started with this unboxing. Let me know if you guys are okay with me moving the camera a little bit while we're doing the live narration. I don't know what I should say, I usually do cuts, but at the same time, it is a little bit quicker for me to do it live. So let me know what you guys think, but I'll see how we go throughout the video. I'll probably try some different ways. So let me know what you guys think. And hopefully this model as well doesn't have any QC issues. We are looking good initially, so that is a great start. I only got one of these, of course, as I'm sure you guys can guess. With my Gemini Jets one, I'll have 4 total United 737-700s in my collection, and this one is looking good. Well done, NG. And here's the United Airlines 737-700 by NG models. This thing is looking outstanding. Let's take a look at it more in depth. Alrighty, beginning up here with the cockpit windows and the nose cone. Once again, just like the Southwest, this mold is outstanding. Star Alliance logo with the L1 boarding door. Really like the United Continental Globe livery. It's definitely really cool. Obviously, transitioning over from Continental back in the day, 2012, I believe. So really, really nice. Got the United billboard titles right here with the antenna, CFM56 engine along with the main landing gear as well, looking really good. Transitioning over, we also have a Wi-Fi box on this one, which is really cool. That was present on the Southwest, so I'm sorry I forgot to note that. It was the smaller one on the Southwest though, so that was pretty cool. Here's the split scimitars. These I think are just maybe a little large, but I think they are really, really nice. Definitely better than Geminis for sure. Geminis are still okay though, in my opinion. Got the United States flag right there, and then the registration of November 16732, I believe, if I remember that correctly. And then here's the United Airlines tail as well. Once again, they do a really good job on the precise printing of these liveries. And just like we stated, or like I talked about in Massive Unboxing number 3, if you guys remember that one, for my longtime viewers, it's so cool that NG has that like what on the livery, like the icons and things, the symbols and everything like that. It's like engraved on there. It's so cool in my opinion. I'm sure if you guys have an NG model, you guys know what I'm talking about. Just like the other side, on the Southwest, we also have the baggage loaders right there as well. Taking a look at the top of the aircraft right here. Sorry about that, but as you can tell, looks really, really nice. They always do a great job with the wing detail. That's one of my favorite components of NG models. And then on the bottom of the fuselage, we also have the red antennas. I'm sorry I forgot to note that, but the red antennas look absolutely awesome on this model. And then we have the really cool silver metallic on the bottom of the fuselage. Well done, NG. Absolutely awesome model. It's going to be a great addition to my United Airlines fleet, and I'm super excited to feature this in numerous airport updates, just like the Southwest. Well done, NG models. Alrighty, everybody, let's transition into some heavies. We'll begin right here with this Lufthansa Airbus A330-300 in the current colors. Really excited to get this model. Obviously, my Gemini Jets one is really nice, and I really like that model, but this is just going to be a step up, and the step ups, man, when you go from good to excellent, is just a whole nother level of realism for model airports and die-cast model airplane collections. So here we go. Airbus A330-300 titles. You got the Lufthansa CGI right here. Delta Alpha India Kilo Romeo. I believe Aviation 18 flew this one, which is really cool. I believe that's why you got the model, if I'm not mistaken, but it has been a while. You got all the normal NG logos and slogans and everything. Got the new Lufthansa logo in the back right there. It looks really good. Or actually, it's not a new logo, but the new theme of the livery, if you will. And then looking at the sides of the box, sorry guys, it's really hard with the 18mm lens to be able to put the camera not too close up, but the microphone to be in a relatively good position. But still looking really nice. Well done on NG Models part. This is item number 022. Really nice model, and I'm excited to unbox this, so let's do it. As usual, hoping that this one isn't broken. Really nice that they have the styrofoam on these boxes. I did not want to fold that box that bad, but unfortunately we got a solid crease, so rest in peace. But hopefully we are looking good. It's hard to tell from this perspective, but I'm not seeing any antennas or anything missing from initial glance, so that is the good news. As we take off the first plastic piece right here, there we go. And then I suppose we have two, so let's take off the second one. And here we go. Let me see if I can easily get this out with the tail. That's how I recommend to do it, or that's at least how I think the best way to do it is. But I think anyways should work. And there it is, the Lufthansa Airbus A330-300. Initially, I can notice that this antenna was spun backwards, but at least it wasn't gone, so I can spin it back into place. And here's the Lufthansa Airbus A330-300. How about that? Wow, look at the A330 mold. Man, this model from NG Models is looking outstanding. It just hits different after looking at that Gemini Jets mold so many times. Let's get into the full review, everybody. Beginning up here at the front with the nose cone and cockpit windows, you got the Lufthansa logo right here. L1 boarding door along with the Star Alliance logo. And then I forget what the yellow thing always says. That is my fault, I apologize. Airbus A330-343, probably if I had to guess. I can't see it. I do not know what the city is off the top of my head. It may be on the box. Give me just a moment. It is not on the box, so I thought it was going to be, but it is a city of sorts, so my apologies there. Got the nose landing gear. This was what caught my eye initially with this model, is just how good looking this landing gear is, man. That is awesome. Really nice job. Got an antenna along with the Wi-Fi box right here as well. One of two of them at least. It's one of the boxes. And then you got the L2 boarding doors right there as well. Looks really, really good, man. The precision from NG Models, it just hits different, man. I can't express it. We do have an intact engine right here, and as we talked about in the tier list way back when, it is slanted up just a little bit, but that's perfectly a-okay. Let me zoom out just a little bit, guys. It came a little close. I want to give you guys the full perspective here. Here's the wings right here. They look really good. Not quite as detailed, in my opinion, as the 737s, but I still think it is really nice. Don't get me wrong. Transitioning over, we also have the back antenna, which was turned around, so I did turn that into the proper direction, which is nice, along with another cable box and another small antenna. Delta Alpha, I forgot the rest, India Kilo Romeo, along with the German flag and another flag of sorts. I can't see what it is. And then, of course, you have the Lufthansa tail that looks absolutely outstanding. Personally, I'm torn between the old and the new livery, which one I like better. If I had to pick, I would probably barely go with the old just because of the color that one brought, but it's still really nice. Here's the top of the aircraft. I can kind of barely fit it in there, but regardless, hey, that's a little bit better. And then here's the bottom of the aircraft. We do have a red antenna as well, which is really nice. And just take a look at all that underneath detail. Really, really nice, especially on the engines. That is very impressive from NG Models. Another excellent model from NG. Taking a look at the other side if you guys are curious to see. We just have the cargo loaders and a baggage loader here in the back. So really nice job by NG Models. I don't know what to say. They just literally kill it every single time. And this is why they're next generation, because this is next generation without a question. Well done, NG Models, once again for the 4th time in this video. Next in line, we have this United Airlines 747 SP. This one probably surprised you guys that I chose to get this one. I chose to get this one because, as you guys may have saw through my previous unboxing videos and just throughout my channel in general, I'm a huge fan of the United Battleship Gray livery and the Blue Tulip, but the Battleship Gray especially just looks so nice to me, and I'm so glad that I chose to get this one. One of my first 2 747 SPs for my collection. Let's get started with this box. Boom, 747-SP. How about this United logo right here for Battleship Gray? That is just, I don't even know what to say. That is stunning. Have the CGI right here. United Airlines Times New Roman font, which is really cool. November 145 Uniform Alpha, and then all your typical NG stuff. Just taking a look throughout the sides, we have a normal grayish right there. You got the transition in the colors. You got the Battleship gray, more so full-fledged right there, and then you got United Airlines on the side right there. That looks really good. Back of the box is very similar, of course. What more could you expect? Really excited to get into this model as I push this back out of that where the window kind of cuts off right there. But regardless, super excited to get into this one. Hopefully it's not broken, but NG has been outstanding to this point. Let me see if I can get this open. This is going to be kind of hard. There we go. I hate to crease it, but sometimes that is the only way to get into these stiff boxes. All right, here we go. First 747 SP, and man, take a look at that, everybody. That is outstanding. Taking the top off and the plastic came with it. That is perfectly good on my behalf. And here she comes. Ta-da. How about that? Man, take a look at this SP. Goodness gracious. How about this United 747 SP from NG Models? They did an outstanding job with it, and I'm sorry there's a little Cirrus cloud over the sun right now, so if it's kind of halfway in and out, my apologies, but regardless, let's get into this stunning model. Beginning up here with the beautiful 747 SP nose cone. This looks outstanding. You have the nose landing gear right here. I'll kind of give you guys my initial thoughts on this mold too, because obviously this is my first time seeing it. Cockpit windows and the United Airlines billboard titles right here in the Times New Roman font, which is really unique to United. You also have some sort of slogan right here. I can't see, my apologies. Transitioning through the aircraft right here, you got the L1 and L2 boarding doors. Really nice precision here. This is just outstanding. Take a look at this. Taking a look at the wings right here, as you can see, really nice job on these engines. And then of course these grooves on the SP's wings, I think they look outstanding, really nice. Just retro US right here. This is just flagship. And take a look at these wingtips, man. That is crazy to think about that extension piece being about double the size of the actual wing. That is just crazy. Overall, of course, just really cool. Transitioning back into the fuselage, as you can see, we have the L3 door and L4 door, and then November 145 Uniform Alpha, and then just take a look at this tail, man. This is like the gray is a really nice color by itself. That solidifies the livery by itself, but this is just the finishing touch in my opinion. You have a beautiful black and blue kind of pattern of stripes, and then of course you have the United Airlines logo from back in that time frame. Wow. How about this model? This is going to be one of my best retro models in my collection, thanks to NG Models. They did an outstanding job. Taking a look at this full aircraft in full context. Here's the top of the fuselage. Really nice look at those grooves on the wing once again. They are outstanding. Once again, I think the 737's flaps are a little bit more detailed, but that's not to take anything away from this. On the bottom of the fuselage, you do have a stand hole, which is really nice. And then take a look at these main landing gear. And then the grooves on that, as you can see, those doors right there, barely, sorry, the reflection kind of messes it up. But looking really, really nice. Or sorry, shadow. Really nice job by NG Models. Once again, they continue to hit home with any aircraft, whether it's heavies or narrow bodies. And here is the, what was I gonna say? The cargo bin loader doors on this side as well. So well done, NG Models. Very, very nice. And let's take a look at our last aircraft from this NG Models April set. And here it is, everybody, the NG Models 1:400 scale American Airlines Boeing 747 SP. Now, as we know, this did come out in the February 2021 set, but unfortunately got delayed. This is such an awesome box. This actually lines up with both the 737s that ended up coming as well. Those are, the boxes are in the other room, or I would line those up for you guys, but I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looks like. So this was a trial release from NG Models that was outstanding, and this was the final piece I've been waiting to see for such a long time. Super, super excited to check this one out. Let's take a look. Boeing 747 SP, and then we're going to one 737 boxes and the other one. 747 luxury liner, really nice. American Airlines old logo right here. November 601 Alpha. One of, I believe they had two, if I'm not mistaken, in their history. I think they had quite a few 747-100s and then two 747 SPs. I could be wrong on that. If a retro guy wants to correct me, feel free, but I think that is correct. I should know as I'm the American Airlines guy, but it was a low number regardless. But these flew Dallas-Fort Worth to Tokyo, Narita, Honolulu, Hawaii, I believe also London as well. What an iconic model, man. This is outstanding. I wish I would have got to see one of these, but of course that was way before my lifetime. And here's the back of the box as well. This will be really nice for retro Dallas updates, even though it won't fit the time frame that I'll be able to do retro updates for. It will still be a really nice Easter egg, if you will. And also to update you guys on retro DFW update, that is in the plans. Hopefully by the end of the year, but it will definitely be coming soon. But we do have a lot of new retro models that I've got since the last one, which was last July, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, let's take a look at this American 747-SP. Wow, this thing is going to be awesome. So excited to see that chrome fuselage. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this one open. And I still folded the box, but what can you do? Here we go. Wow. All right. Goodness, that NG, it hits different, man. Like, I've seen so many different chromes from JetX and all ththese different manufacturers, JetX, Gemini Jets, and the NG one's just, it's different. It's definitely different. I don't know how I feel about it completely, but man. But there is no denying that the detail on this thing is unbelievable. Sorry that I wasn't behind the mic, but man, take a look at that. Wow. Man, wow. That is unbelievable. I am at a loss for words for that unit right there. Let's take a look at this beauty, everybody. Man, I am at a loss for words. Cockpit windows with the nose cone right here. 747 luxury liner with the main landing gear. This door's on some of the 747 SPs, including the American Airlines one, which is awesome. Here we have the L1 boarding door with these really cool grooves that we saw on the tier list. That's really cool. Goodness, just look at the window reflection. This thing is a unit, guys. This thing is unreal. Let me see if I can scoot it over. Sorry, it's kind of hard not to get the shot. I can't touch the fuselage because obviously it's chrome. That's my rule. I can't touch the fuselage. So if you're wondering why I had to do that, that's why. But you got the American Airlines billboard titles, the red, blue, and white stripe, man. And here are the engines. I'll nudge by the engines because that is acceptable on a chrome model in my opinion. Those are stunning, man. That is outstanding. Just look at that chrome fuselage, man. I'm satisfied with it. You know, I really like the JetX polished one, but this is most certainly a very, very nice rendition. I love this. And then taking a look at the back of the aircraft, here's the wingtips again, the L3 and L4 doors, November 601 Alpha Alpha, and let me see if I can tilt it a little bit. Wow. That American Airlines tail. The centering of the logo is kind of weird, but that's perfectly fine, honestly. Let me see if I can get a good view here. Taking a look at the bottom of the aircraft, man, wow, that looks amazing. Stand hole once again, amazing components, and let me see if I can get you guys a brief look at the top. Outstanding. I'm sorry that I can't give you guys more views, but I think this view right here is plentiful. Let's just take a look at that. Whew, sheesh. That is unreal, man. That is awesome. NG models, that was outstanding. I have nothing against the other models. In fact, those are some of the best models in my collection, but this is my favorite from the NG set right here. This is... oh, sheesh, that is unreal. Like, 737s are awesome, but the 747 SP, whew, that is outstanding. What a first box for our massive unboxing 16. Absolutely outstanding. It did take like 30 minutes, so I'm sorry, but I'm not rushing this. I'm enjoying every moment of this. If it takes 3 days to record it, I'm perfectly fine with that, and I hope you guys are in it for the long haul as well. But let's jump into our next box. It will probably be the American CRJ-900s, but I'll decide that in a moment. So I'll see you guys momentarily. Alrighty guys, here on the next boxes for Massive Unboxing 16. This is my second, third, and fourth American Eagle Bombardier CRJ-900s, pardon me. My fifth and final one will be in a next box from the RM Model Store, another unit that will be coming. But these two come from DG Pilot on the top, which was able to get me one, and then two from JetCollector, which I'm very appreciative of these American CRJ-900s. If you did not get a chance to check out the full American CRJ-900 review and unboxing that I did of how special the aircraft is to me, feel free to check those out. But as that was a 30-minute video, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on these. Just get them out, make sure they're all in good condition, just admire how amazing this aircraft is. So let's do just that. We'll start on the top with that DG box. We'll be able to bring the camera down as well. I just want to get both these in the frame for the moment. So thank you, DG, for making this possible. I forgot to put the PO box on the on my DG account, so that's why I marked out the address on that. But regardless, super excited to get into this. Let's do as such. So here's the second box. It's crazy to think that we're already on to model number 7 and we haven't even got through more than one box. So that's pretty crazy, but that's what happens when you order units, and it's a satisfying feeling to say the least. Glad I got numerous camera batteries charged because I'm going to need them today, boys, to say the least. We're already like 40 minutes into recording. I'm going to take a guess at the actual video is probably in the realms of 30 already, which is not the pace that I really wanted to go, but like I said, or not in a bad way, but like I said, I really want this to be special. So how about this packing job from DG? Massive props. That's a really unique packing job. Packing peanuts on the side along with it in perfectly formatted bubble wrap. I mean, not literally perfect, but really nice and symmetrical bubble wrap. I really like this from DG, so well done. So taking this out, once again, our second American CRJ 900 to the collection. Like I said, feel free to check out that video. Hopefully I don't forget to put a card. And actually, they put the invoice into the pamphlet, which is a really cool idea. Okay, actually, how about this? I didn't know that DG did this. So this is actually, wow. So this is this how this aircraft got to me? It appears to be that this came on a Delta flight from Minneapolis to Oklahoma City. That is really cool. Wow, okay. And then how about the note inside? It says, "Hi Connor, thank you very much for being a customer with us again, the DG pilot team." This is awesome. This is really unique. Huge props for putting this together, DG. This is awesome. And then the invoice was inside of that. Wow. So DG, if you order from DG Pilot, you'll get now the a gate pass. So that is really cool. So I just love our retailers, man. There's something unique about everybody, and the gate pass now for DG Pilot is definitely going to be something that I'm going to remember. So thank you so much, DG. I hope to order with you guys again in the future. They always do a great job, so highly recommend DG Pilot for anything. And also their prices for any model, regardless if it's Gemini Jets or NG models. Nothing against the other retailers, but the one thing I can assure is DG Pilot I have never seen them mark up any prices above the 20% for Gemini Jets and 5% for NG models. So huge props to DG Pilot for being consistent in that regard, and also the gate pass. I was able to get this ordered and I was super excited. American CRJ 900, very excited to get into another one, very glad. What I am going to be eager to see is how the horizontal stabilizer angle is, and believe it or not, it's actually looking very, very, very reasonable, which I'm beyond delighted about. So let's get into this. Sorry that I don't want it to sound too loud. And yeah, that one I honestly probably won't fix. That one is really good. I'll give you guys a more in-depth look. Man, I lucked out big time on this one. Take a look at this horizontal stabilizer angle, everybody. That is so much better than the Panda Fox one. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but I'm not going to bother fixing that one. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but it is very acceptable for some of those other ones. So this one, very, very excited that this one is almost perfect. I mean, I'm not complaining. What I will fix, though, is potentially the winglets, but for sure these landing gears. But how about that horizontal stabilizer angle? That is awesome. Thank you so much, DG, and especially the gate pass. I was very delighted to see that. That is awesome. Very, very delighted about that. And here is our next box from JetCollector. So actually, the Gemini Jets April releases, including these, of course, took so long to get in that JetCollector's customer service actually had to message me and tell me that they needed another, because I was paying with PayPal at the time, and they said that they needed another PayPal payment because the other one expired because they never charged me for it because the models weren't here yet. So I was like, that'll be perfect. But this was the only order I was fully supplied on for two. So I ordered one from the RM Model Store. I ordered two from JetCollector, which I was supplied both. Two from Panda Fox Toys, where I was supplied both. One from DG Pilot, where I was supplied. Sorry, Panda Fox was only one. And then DG Pilot was one fully supplied, and then Easy Toys canceled both of mine, which was unfortunate. But I ordered right as they came out too, if I'm not mistaken. I may have been an hour behind, so that was probably why. But I should have just ordered one. And then I thought I ordered from somewhere else. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no, I did not. So Easy Toy canceled both mine, and Panda Fox canceled one, which is perfectly fine. I'm very fortunate to have my hands on 5. I think the prices, honestly, for these haven't got too bad. I think I've seen them on eBay for about $75 on a good day. So that's really not that bad, to be honest. But very, very excited that JetCollector was able to get me 2. And I'm really excited to have more American CRJ 900s in my collection. And these are going to be amazing, of course, Dallas and Phoenix, as we've talked about so many times. Not that I don't want to explain this concept. It's just that we've talked about this so many times. I don't want to, shove it down your guys' throats because it's probably not practical. But here we go. Got an invoice on the top. I'll remove that. And we do have 2 on here, as expected. Still a big fan of that gate pass from DG. That was really cool. But let's see if I can avoid the packing peanut falling. That was a fail, but only a couple of them went. But as you can see, we had one come out right there, or actually can't really see that well. I do feel a second box down there, and is it a Delta? It is an American, as the pamphlet's coming out kind of with it. So there they are. How about that? That is outstanding. Two more American Eagle Bombardier A380-900s. It's my lucky day. This one's horizontal stabilizer angle is not looking too good, which is all right. I'll fix it. That's the plan, at least. That one is looking good, though. So let's start with this one on the left. And let me move the table over here because that shade keeps coming in a little bit. Sorry, guys. Alrighty, let's begin over here with this one on the left, see how this one is, and then we'll proceed over to the one on the right. So yeah, but if I go 2 for 5 or even 3 for 5 on bad angles, that's okay. Let's take a look because I'm happy to fix them. Yeah, that's about what I expected. That is closer to the Panda Fox one, which is perfectly fine. I mean, it's American CRJ-900. I'm not complaining whatsoever. But man, Dallas and Phoenix are just going to be bumping. There's nothing more to it. Dallas and Phoenix are going to be bumping. They are going to be, it's going to be so much more realistic, which is just so exciting. And luckily, Mesa does have a couple of the slanted ones, so perfectly good. And then the second one right here, let's take a look and see how this one is. Here we go. One looks better than the other, but let's see. No, that's pretty comparable to the DG Pilot one. The DG one's definitely better, but this is, it's like, how do I describe this? It's about 3/4 of as good as the DG one, but it's about a fourth closest to it, but it's, I can't describe it very well. It's not a compromise. It's not halfway in between. It's halfway in between and the DG one, if that made any sense whatsoever. But regardless, it's not bad at all. I'm very pleased to have more American CRJ-900s for Dallas and Phoenix. Ended up ordering 8, got 5, very pleased. Take a look at these bad boys. They look awesome. Well done, Gemini Jets. Thank you so much. The color is so good. And I'm really excited for the next update. So looking awesome. And we are going to be on to a Waffle Collectibles restock order of some Aero Classics. So let's head over there. Alrighty, our next box of the day is from a Waffle Collectibles restock of Aero Classics. There was one particular that I really wanted, but there was 2 others that I have wanted, but one of them is another addition to another airline that I already have quite a few of, and the other one I really like the livery, and on top of that, it's my other aircraft has a missing wheel, so I thought there would be a good, I'm not sure if I'll replace it or not yet, but a good like compensation, a good compliment to it. So regardless, but one for sure I've been after for a while. It'll be great rotation, even if I don't choose to end up making the San Del Cabo Airport, as we've talked about. That will be more in depth discussed at a later date, probably in a live stream. And I've been thinking about doing kind of some channel update live stream type of things. I'm not sure if I'll end up doing that, but it's a good way to transmit information, or at very least, since they're just kind of general live streams, just kind of talk about that more in depth with you guys, the fans, because I know I'm making these videos for you guys, so we'll figure that out, but there's still a long ways to go. But here we go with this restock order. Very excited about this. I believe this is maybe one of 2 orders from Waffle in this set, at least 2, so regardless, let me sit down and we will get into this. Man, this unboxing went really well. No broken models, no nothing. How about that? That is such a rarity nowadays. Sorry about all this camera moving. It's kind of hard to get everything going, but I want to get as much in here as we can in an efficient and quality amount as possible, because as we know, we're going to be like 3 or 4 sessions deep of recording here. So here we go. There should be 3 in here. We got some Christmas advertisements, which is pretty cool. Here's our first one. Here's the one I've wanted for such a long time. Volaris Airbus A320 by Velocity Models. Actually, okay, so I thought this was an Aero Classics, but it's actually the Velocity Models version. But it's just a normal A320 with sharklets, which I've been after for a long time, which I'm very excited about. The other 2 should be Aero Classics, but we'll take a look. There we go. There's our Aero Classics. Frontier Airbus A321, Virginia the Wolf, as I'll show you guys. Max the Lin. No, it's not Max the Lin. It's Virginia the Wolf. Okay, Virginia the Wolf is in the box, but the sticker says, oh, that was a wolf. Okay, I thought it. Lins and wolves, I guess, kind of look similar now. Thank goodness that was Virginia the Wolf. I really like the livery, so. And Justin Winslow has the model, so it's like inspiration. Get it? I'm just kidding. And our third and final model is a Jet Blue it is the Airbus A320 in the high-rise tail. I thought I got the tartan, but I got the high-rise instead. I'm glad I got the high-rise. The tartan's a good tail, but I really like the high-rise. So, and my other reason for doing that was I'm not going to get the Gemini one ever because that model is not the best. So if I was going to get a JetBlue high-rise, it's going to be the Aero Classics till NG gets a mold, and I think I made the right choice. So really nice trio. Let's leave that Volaris for last. I'm going to start with the JetBlue, and we'll kind of just take it from there. Alrighty, so here we go with the JetBlue Airbus A320 by Aero Classics, pardon me, in the high-rise tail. Baby bus models right here, so this is probably back 2015 or so, I have no idea. Got the model right here, a new range from Aero Classics, of course, as we've seen. Nothing too special with the box. Now, what I do like is that they have it labeled right there, of course, the registration being November 537 Juliet Tango. But nothing else too crazy for the box, just a pretty generic Aero Classics box. At least it's better than that Fedex MD1031 that was all white. But here we go, JetBlue high-rise. How about that? That's looking really good. Hopefully we're not broken. I haven't had any bad Aero Classics experiences since earlier this year, and this one is fully intact. Alrighty, JetBlue Airbus A320 in the high-rise tail. I am already not regretting this purchase. I think it was a really good choice for the rotation. This is definitely going in the next Albuquerque update. Actually, this video is not coming out before the November one. It shouldn't, at least. So this will probably be going in the next Reno update. Yes, very excited, probably. That's probably where it's going to end up. But regardless, really excited, so let's get into it. And let me know what you guys think, live transitions or cut transitions. Probably cut, but for this unboxing particularly, talking live is probably not the worst thing. So actually, let me get us a little bit more real estate here in the lighting. Okay, here we go. Got the cockpit windows, and then the titles are something, I don't know. And there goes my dad's truck. You guys probably could not hear that, but it's pretty loud if you guys were here. But you guys are here virtually, so really cool. I got the L1 boarding door and then the landing gear. Aero Classics is, you know, as much crap as they get overall, and as much crap as I've gave them in the past, there's not any denying that it's just a nice, solid model, and that's just what I love. Aero Classics serves the purpose of giving us solid models, and as long as you find the right ones, you'll be in good shape. Solid JetBlue billboard titles along with the JetBlue.com engines as well. That looks awesome. Emergency exit doors along with landing gear. Hopefully they don't fall off. That's the ultimate goal. Very, very hopeful that they don't fall off. And then very basic livery, of course. November 537 Juliet Tango, and then the high-rise tail. Man, really, really glad I chose to get the high-rise. I think I made a great choice. The tartan tail is cool, but the high-rise tail, it reminds me of Prism on an A320, if I had to be honest. That's what I'm thinking. Also, a really cool note about JetBlue, they actually painted balloons on a normal A321, which was really interesting. But this is kind of like Prism on an A320. So really, really nice colors. I'm very, very glad I chose to get the high-rise tail. Really good investment. And we'll have another JetBlue actually later on in this unboxing. I forgot that it already came. So it's in the last big unit of a box. So really excited for that. And then my JetBlue collection is going to be really well set up. I may not have to get any more for a while, which is pretty delighting. Not saying that in a bad way, but just for the budget and everything, it's going to be really nice. Next up, we have the Aero Classics Frontier Airbus A321 Virginia the Wolf. I already kind of went into why I got this one. It's a nice compliment to Max DeLynn that has the nose landing gear off, and on top of that, it's a really cool livery. Here's the box, of course, generic Aero Classics box. There's Virginia the Wolf right there. Kind of faded, but obviously, this was a different Aero Classics set of Frontier A321s. They just released one, actually, in the September set. I forgot which one it was. I got the 320. I did not get the 321 because I already have three of them, because Steve the Eagle will be later in this unboxing too. But I can't remember what the 321 was. It was something, was it the Bobcat? Maybe? I don't know what it was. Or what's the Bobcat on here? The Bobcat is on here. It's right here. So maybe not the Bobcat, but regardless, really excited to get into this model. It's going to be really nice. And the box has a kind of a funny feeling. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It feels kind of like cardstock or something, I guess. But here is Virginia the Wolf. This has been a really highly anticipated model. Really, really excited to have this one. And like I said, it's just a solid model. And sometimes that's all we need for these airport updates and for my collection. First thing that I'm noticing off the top of my head, off the top of the initial glance, is the winglet looks really interesting. But we'll dive into that momentarily. Man, I love this feeling when the lighting's starting to get crisp. It's only like 4:45 too, so that's when you know winter's coming. For retrospective, mid-September is when I filmed the previous massive unboxing 10 that had so many models in it. But regardless, here's the Frontier Airbus A321 Virginia the Wolf. I'm sure you guys can see on the winglet what I'm talking about right now, but let's dive into the full model and then we'll get to that. Alrighty, you got Virginia the Wolf right here in the L1 boarding door. You got the Frontier titles. Personally, I think the green may be just a little dark, but honestly, I think it looks really good. You got the landing gear as well, and like I said on the previous model, just a really solid complement model with a really good job on the proportions and everything. Speaking of that, CFM engines are looking outstanding. And then you got the wings right here as well that look really good. You know, they're not highly detailed or anything, but that's okay. And take a look at that winglet. It looks like a highlighter went on Max the Lin. Yeah, there's not really much I can do about it. The big question is it over here? Yes, it is. So that must be kind of a weird graphic error. My guess is it probably went through some sort of translating when they were doing the actual livery on the computer, and then it just got messed up for the winglet. But regardless, still really good. L3 door and L4 registration of November 704 Romeo, or Foxtrot Romeo, sorry, and Max the Lin. Just Justin Winslow's videos just immediately come in my head because, you know, it's obviously in all the airport updates. So Justin Winslow, respect right here. Very glad to get this model. And it's a really nice one. It's going to be a great addition. So really excited for it. Well done. And I'm going to be excited for more to come on that front. And last but certainly not least for this Waffle restock order, which I think was honestly really beneficial. I didn't think I was going to like Highrise that much, but I really did. Vice versa for Virginia the Wolf. We have the Volaris Airbus A320 with sharklets with IAE engines. This will be a really nice addition because obviously these fly into Cabo a lot if I do choose to pursue Cabo, which we'll see what happens. But regardless, Phoenix, Reno, and Dallas, it will be a great trio, and I'm really excited to have this model in my collection. I think this is my fourth, I believe this is my fourth Velocity model, which is really nice. So Velocity models right here. If you guys don't know who Velocity models was, some different models on here. I didn't get all of these. I did get the Spirit over here on the right side from this particular set though. I think what they actually did was they had like 8 models that came out initially, and then they just had 4 on each box, but I'll have to go back and confirm that. But regardless, Velocity Models was actually started by a former Gemini-Jets employee. I think his name was James in 2014. And they got their hands on the Aero Classics mold and started making some of these Airbuses. And we're doing really good for a couple of releases. They had a YouTube, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And then just one day out of nowhere, just stopped making models, which was so unfortunate. But regardless, they made some really good models while they were in production. I believe Aero Classics also made one of these. Actually, just the normal Aero Classics, but this is the Velocity version, which I think they're very similar. So. And looking at this model, I think we're going to have just that. So let's take a look. As we get the plastic off here, pardon me. And there she is. That is a solid model right there. I'm very pleased with that. Let's take a look. Alrighty guys, here we go. The Volaris Airbus A320 with sharklets with IAE engines. This is looking really good. So let's get an in-depth look. I'll do the live transition once again. So let me know what you guys think. But regardless, here we go. Let me turn it just a little bit to get some better retrospective, and let's get started. Alrighty, here we go. Cockpit windows in the L1 boarding door. As we've talked about for the third time, just a really solid mold. I can't complain. Volaris billboard titles right here, and the nose landing gear as well, looking great. Here are the IAE engines, really nice proportion from Velocity models, as they did a great job with delivery as well. I got the 2 emergency exit doors right here. Transitioning over, you have the winglets, which look really nice. Great shade of purple right there used, as you can tell. Really good job. Volaris.com with the registration of, I believe it's in November. It looks like it. November 523 Victor Lima, it appears. And then you got the L2 door. And then you got the Velocity, or sorry, the Volaris logo. Not the Velocity logo, the Volaris logo right here. That looks really good. And sorry that I haven't gave you guys any top or lower down views of the previous 2. So let's do that for this one. But really, really good job. This will be a great addition. I'll be able to use it really nicely. There is the registration up there in the top left. And it should be catty cornered. It is for the bottom left. So really good. Really, really nice model from Velocity. It's really cool to have so many Velocities in my collection, just considering that that was just around the time of when I got started collecting full time, which is really, really cool. So, well done. Very, very pleased. Like I said, I'm really pleased with the Jet Blue, but the Max the Lin in this one, these are great. I'm not necessarily flabbergasted, but I'm very pleased with what I chose to do here. It was definitely worth my $150 to get these 3. So, really, really nice. Let's see. I'm not sure what it will be in our next model, so I'll give you guys that information momentarily. Alrighty, here we go with our next one. This is actually the Aero Classic slash Blue Box June 2021 releases. I was not expecting this. This is such a cool order right here. We have some really awesome models in this. Really excited for these. So this came from JetCollector. Like I said, they always do an awesome job. Be sure to create an account and use the code VIP Gold for 10% off. Really good discount, and they have some great prices, great shipping. This came on USPS because it was over $150, so I got free shipping via USPS ground, so that worked well. It came in a couple of days. I think it may have got delayed just slightly, but that's perfectly fine. But anyways, pretty large box for 5 models, which if you guys have seen previous videos and also know me pretty well, you probably know which ones these are. But regardless, that does not change the fact that they're going to be awesome. So as we get this unboxed, I'm trying to just think of new traditions for these unboxing videos. If you guys have any, feel free to let me know. But regardless, let's open the left side like so. There we go. And let's open the right side like so. I'm gonna slip out this packing slip. Hopefully that my address was on there, so I'm probably blurring that. But we do have everything that I ordered on here, which is really good to see, and nothing else, so that's perfectly fine. But like I said, be sure to check out JetCollector. They're really good, and I highly recommend JetCollector. I find it so funny how my camera battery's been on low for like 15 minutes of recording, and it still hasn't died, and it'll probably die as I said that. But regardless, here we go. Blue Box, Aero Classics, all these, and I think he just lined them up like that. That's really nice. I like that. So we have them all lined up with the registrations on head. So I'll kind of just show you guys what they are if I can. So they are all the American Airlines US Airways Heritage aircraft, as we kind of talked about. The Gemini jets ones that I have, and also the Allegheny and the Allegheny Gemini are good, but I feel like having them all uniform and just all the same brand and everything will just be really nice. So until NG or maybe Gemini does them all, I think I'll roll with these 5 Aero Classics. So I will be selling those others and the Lufthansa and quite a few others. So be sure to stay on the lookout on my eBay, as those will be coming soon. We'll start right here with this PSA Airbus A319. I'm hoping for no QC issues. Gemini Jets 13 did have QC issues on these, so hopefully the same doesn't transpire over to here. Here is the Piedmont, looking good. Let's see, rolling down throughout. This is Allegheny, looking good. How about America West for the 319 next, maybe? That is exactly right, America West. And finally, last but certainly not least, we have the A321. So looking really nice. Let's get these unboxing. Man, how about that lineup? That is absolutely awesome. I think we'll just start with PSA and just go all the way across. My favorites are PSA, America West, and the US Airways, but regardless, we'll just go from right to left. So let's get started with PSA. Alrighty, so here we go with the PSA Airbus A319. Nothing crazy with these blue box models. They're literally just blue box, but one to 400 scale. I'm not sure if Aero Classics and Blue Box are the same company or not. What I'm assuming is it's probably an individual that's paying for these custom releases through Aero Classics. Kind of similar to how, sorry about that guys, my camera battery finally died, but like I was saying, very similar probably to how the retailers are doing the Panda models exclusives, if I had to guess, like Prairie models, Air India 777, WestJet 736, our model store, Spirit and JetBlue A320s and Southwest, of course. So nothing too much to this box, as we saw. There's PSA inside, hoping for no QC issues, but what can I say? We haven't had any to this point, which has been rather surprising, and hopefully we don't start with any with PSA, which is a really nice livery. So here we go. Looking very good on the colors from initial glance. Very pleased with that to this point. And here is PSA. And hopefully, I think we're firm. Looking good. Alrighty, so here's the PSA Airbus A319. I think they did an awesome job with this, so let's go into full detail. Beginning up here with the nose cone, we have the black circle right here along with the smiley face, one of the biggest characteristics of the PSA livery. You got the cockpit windows and the L1 boarding door transitioning. We have the red and the orange and the red looking really nice. Got the American Airlines billboard titles with some proportional CFM engines that look really good. You got the landing gears down here as well, and we have the emergency exit as well, looking really good. Here's just a brief look at the wing along with the US Airways tip right there. Or actually, I'm sorry, this isn't the US Airways one. I'm used to it so much, but regardless. Here's the back of the aircraft, November 742 Papa Sierra, along with the L2 door, pardon me. And then we got the PSA logo right there with the colors, looking really good. Really good job by Aero Classics on this one. Started off, I've seen all of these now. Allegheny's the only one I haven't seen in some really good lighting conditions, but I got up close and personal with Piedmont quite a few times, America West. I've seen PSA around quite a bit at Dallas particularly, and Charlotte as well. The US Airways I've saw at Charlotte and Dallas, I think, I also believe, if I'm not mistaken. But really nice job on this one. This one looks really good. And I don't mean to fly through these, no pun intended, but I mean, there isn't going to be a whole bunch of variation besides the special livery, so that's what we'll mainly analyze. So next up, we got the Piedmont livery. This is also a really good one in my opinion. Like I said, if you guys have seen the spotting vlogs from Tulsa that I was able to make before I got ill, this aircraft was grounded at Tulsa, and I got up close and personal with it on several occasions, which was really cool. So America West is still my favorite livery, and PSA as well, but Piedmont definitely has a special place in my heart. Taking a look at the Piedmont A319 go at it, and also in good QC condition. So going 2 for 2 to this point has been really nice. Here's the brief look at the aircraft, looking really good, and we'll zoom in and take a more in-depth look. So once again, pretty similar characteristics. You do have the Piedmont titles on there. In honor of Piedmont, there is an American Airlines or American Eagle subsidiary named Piedmont, so that's pretty cool. Mainly Embraer 145s across the East Coast. But you got the L1 door to the American Airlines billboard titles, along with the blue stripe for the Piedmont livery with the gray underneath. So pretty common theme throughout some of these liveries, but looking good. CFM engines for this particular variant, November 744 Papa. And then you got the Piedmont right here, which is a really cool logo. I think it looks really nice. I have seen Piedmont numerous times, which has been fun to witness. Like I said, up close and personal, and also at Dallas, and I don't think anywhere else, but regardless, looking really good. Next up, we're on to the Allegheny. I'm not to shag on Allegheny, but it is my least favorite livery, but I still think it's a nice one with the white and gray combination. I will keep the Gemini Jets one, as I mentioned previously, because it is, I have an objective of getting every American Airlines 2013 aircraft released by Gemini Jets in 1:400 scale, and I'm only 2 models away, so I think it makes a lot of sense to achieve that objective. But here is the Piedmont Allegheny Airbus A319. Sorry about the shade. I'll move the camera back. Keep trying to move it up, and that's running out of time. So, and this one's in good shape too. JetCollector, or maybe just a good batch, but I feel bad for Gemini Jets 13s. Alrighty, looking really good right there. Let's get a more in-depth look. Sorry, I made the tripod a little too firm. There we go. Alrighty, here we go. Got the nose cone right here. This one also has a black nose, which is really neat. Got the Vista Jet, the nickname for Allegheny's planes. I believe it's just some sort of nickname, but that's related to Allegheny, I should say. Got the the L1 door with the American Airlines billboard titles, and then you got the gray and the navy blue, which I think is a really cool combination. CFMs for this one as well. This is November 745 Victor Juliet. And then you got the Art L2 door as well, and then the Allegheny titles right here on the tail. I think they did a really good job. I think these all have looked really nice at this point. The liveries have all been on point. They continue to do a really good job. So well done to Blue Box continuing to make these happen. They also did these with all the US Airways titles as well. And then some of these, like the America West, I know they did with the America West titles itself, not the US Airways, but the actual America West. So that was really cool. But this is the America West, speaking of, looking really good. Let's take this out and take a look. I briefly got to analyze these last two, ironically, in order from the giveaway and a lot of these other models, but I just briefly took a look at them, nothing crazy. Here's the America West. I'll be really surprised if we go 5 for 5 here. That looks like a tilted engine for sure, but how about the wings? Feel just a little, it's a really small nudge. I would have to literally force it out, but that is looking really good. Let's take a more in-depth look at the aircraft itself. Well done on America West right here. Let's get into the full detail of America West. There we go. Alrighty, sorry about the shade. It's starting to get a little aggressive, but regardless. Got the cockpit windows, and along with the L1 boarding door, got the American Airlines billboard titles. Then you got the really cool turquoise and orange combination. I think it is such a clever livery by America West way back when. And of course, we have the engine right here that's looking really good. Then you got the fade into that kind of the gray screamers. I'm not sure what the particular clarification name would be for that. November 838 Alpha Whiskey. I have seen this one, also grounded at Tulsa, but along with that, I saw it in 2019 when I was at Dallas. I know that for sure. I also saw it in Charlotte for the first time. That's where I saw it for the first time in 2017. And then here's the tail. Man, that is legendary. My favorite A319 Heritage livery. I thought they did a really good job with it, and it's going to be great to have this, especially at Phoenix, because that is obviously where America West was big at, was Phoenix, way back when. Last but certainly not least, we have the US Airways Airbus A321 Retro right here. Really excited to have this one. This will be a great addition. Once again, nothing crazy with the box as expected. And hopefully if we go 5 for 5, I'll be doing the happy dance. This will be really exciting. There comes a piece of styrofoam, but let's see if I'm going to be doing the happy dance.
If I can even get it out. That's not very happy not getting it out. There we go. Sorry that I'm kind of propped up weird on the camera. I apologize about that. And taking the pieces off. It appears to be nice and firm. How about that? Really nice. Well done on this US Airways Airbus A321. They did an outstanding job with it. So let's zoom in and take a more in-depth look. Sorry guys, getting the tripod nice and stable. Alrighty, you got the nose cone right here in the cockpit windows. You got the L1 and L2 boarding doors with the American Airlines billboard titles. And how about this white to red to navy combination for US Airways? So legendary. IAE engines along with the L3 and L4 doors, man. And then there comes the screamers, kind of like the America West livery. And then here is the registration, November 578 uniform whiskey. And then here's the tail. That's legendary. If you know anything about United States aviation, that will definitely come to your head. Once again, here's the cargo doors. All of them had these cargo / luggage doors. And then the top and the bottom of the aircraft as well. Let me give you guys a brief perspective. Nothing too drastic, just your normal. I don't know why they didn't do this on a 319. It obviously would have made commonality sense, but they did it on the 321, which I'm not complaining about because I think the 321 is really nice. So our next box will be this one from another Waffle restock that I got. Very, very excited. So let's get this one open. A different type of box, and it looks like it was kind of beat up on, unless if that was just me that did that. I can see why. Hopefully somebody didn't try to get into this. Taking a look, really excited about this one. Because of who it was made by, and also because of what aircraft it was, I did choose to get it. It's another Velocity models. It is a Frontier Airbus A320, but this one is Orville and the Cardinal. I immediately think Gemini Jets 13 on this one, very similarly to Justin Winslow and the Frontier A321. But Orville the Cardinal will also be joining the collection. Really excited for more rotation. Obviously, the 4 I've had have got just a little repetitive, so I think that this variety will be really nice. So here we go on another Velocity models, the Frontier Airbus A320 Orville the Cardinal. This is in the same release that was with the Volaris Airbus A320, which is really cool. Velocity models, and of course you have the patch out with the 1:400 scale. It actually may have been the 321, but here's the sticker right here, looking good. So actually, yes, it was two 321s, it appears. And there was Orville on both sides. So I guess they just did on both sides, which is pretty interesting. But really excited for this model. It's going to be a great one. And let's take a look at it, everybody. If we can get it open. But this will be great. This will be excellent rotation along with the newest one that came out. I forgot what it is, but we'll find out later in the video. Here is Orville. Man, how about that? Really excited for this. Didn't mean to fling it that bad. Sorry. And how about that? Take a look at Orville. That is looking good. Orville the Cardinal is looking really good. Let's zoom in and get an in-depth look on this baby. Starting right here at the front, you have the big Orville the Cardinal titles along with the cockpit windows. The L1 boarding door as well with the Frontier billboard titles right here. This green I think is also just slightly dark, but I think they did a good job on it. There are the CFM engines down here as well that are looking really good. Sorry about the table shaking just a little bit. Here are the winglets. Now the Ordinal over there doesn't look near as bad as the Virginia, the Wolf, but it still looks a little interesting. So. And then you got the flyfrontier.com, pardon me, November 26 Foxtrot Romeo along with Orville himself. Really nice to have Orville in the collection. I think it's a great model. Really excited to have this one. And then here's the underside a little bit, as you can kind of see, and then top, nothing crazy. Oops. But looking really nice. Super glad to have Orville in the collection. It will be a great complement to all the other Frontiers that I have, and it will be great, much needed rotation. So very pleased about that. Alrighty, next up in this package, we have a really exciting model that I was much more excited before a third release of it came out, but I'm still really excited to have this one. This is the Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8, the second release from Gemini Jets. Obviously, when the MAX started flying again, I was on the hunt to get another MAX because obviously they're really popular in Southwest's fleet. Pardon me, sorry guys. Luckily, Aviation MCO was actually selling this aircraft, the second release particularly, so that's what caught my interest. So I ended up buying this, and also he was nice enough to include in the price that we settled on 12 jet bridges as well. So it kind of already opened itself up, which is perfectly fine. But as we can see right here, we have those 12 jet bridges. No package, of course, just in this bag, but that's perfectly fine. So we should have 12 of them. They do have some stickers and things, which is a-okay, but really excited to have, this will probably be the final push on jet bridges. We should be able to fill almost every gate at Phoenix with those, so really, really nice. And then in here we have the Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8, the second release. This is 8706. The one they just did was 8703 for context. Box is a little beat up, but that's all right. This is the 2018 release. In other words, the not flying to the moon, just in other words in general. This is the this was the 2018 as indicated by the top left logo. The first one was the 2017, but as we know, Gemini Jets does their really cool all-white Southwest boxes, which I think are really nice. Gemini Jets with the 20th anniversary sticker made for collectors by collectors. Here's the Max right here, Southwest, Boeing 737 MAX 8. I wasn't doing any big model airports at the time, so that's why I chose to pass on this one. I can't even tell you what month it came out. Probably earlier in the year. I probably would have got it if it would have came out later, but it wasn't a huge priority. There's a sticker on it for $43.95, so that was definitely MSRP. He may have got it at the airplane shop in Miami. That's a guess, as he's based in Orlando. That was not what was intended, but I was just trying to show you guys the back of the box with the 2018. So nice box right here. Let me flip this around right here. Let me come in front and let's take it out of the box, and hopefully it's in good condition. Looks good with the color. Not too much of a difference between this one and the previous release, the one that I've had for a long time, but there is the Max right there looking good. And here it is, the second release Gemini Jets 1:400 scale Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8, hanging down some gorgeous golden hour lighting. I do see a couple Sears clouds down there. That's unfortunate, but hopefully they won't make too much of a difference. They're way down there. So regardless, this is looking really nice. Let's zoom in and take a look. We're probably already an hour into this. That's crazy. We still have quite a few models to go, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I want to enjoy every moment of this. You got the cockpit windows with the L1 boarding door, the heart right here in the landing gear. Seems like it's just a little tall to me, but still pretty good. Southwest Airlines billboard titles right here, and then the engine slightly crooked up, just like the American Max that came out in a similar time frame, or around the time, I should say. Then you got the main landing gear, the antenna, Wi-Fi box, that antenna. Got the winglet right here that looks really good. I think they did a great job on it. November 8706 Quebec, or is it Victor? Whiskey, my bad. Or is it 8? No, it's 6. Whiskey. You got the L2 door right here, and then you got the South Airlines tail. Flipping around to the other side, we have a very similar look. The only difference is, of course, we have the luggage loaders, of course, looking good. Let me see if I can get a good look at the bottom of the aircraft from this perspective. There we go. Sorry about the lens. It's kind of hard to do with just one hand like that. There's the bottom with the small Gemini logo and everything, and there is the top. Well done. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out Aviation MCO's channel, guys. He makes some great trip reports on a regular basis. Along with that, the jet bridge is also looking good. I'm really, really excited to have these. They will be great. So thank you so much, Aviation MCO. We will proceed to the next box.
Alrighty guys, so my camera battery died once again, so I'm going to fill you guys in on what you guys briefly missed. The only thing you guys missed was me introducing this box. So this is another large unit from the RM model store that has some models from NG models May, a couple from April, and along with that some miscellaneous models as well, and some Gemini Jets April stuff. So some really, really good stuff in this box. Really, really a big one, and we have quite a few models in here, like I said. So really excited to get into this big box, like I said, and that's pretty much all you guys missed from the camera dying. So with all that being said, let's get into the box.
Sorry about that, the second battery already died, but regardless, take a look at the American Darren Lego set. I decided to get this because it was a good deal and I thought it was pretty cool. So got the American Darren Lego set. That's really exciting. Here we go, two more models right here. There we go. Get the Alaska 737-900 One World. I've been so excited for this ever since deliveries came out, so that's going to be such a great model for all the model airports and the collection. And another Southwest 737-700 retro livery. Hopefully this one isn't broken. That was the intent of getting another. Our model store was kind enough to do the exchange for another one. Hopefully that's in good condition, but we'll see. So thank you to the RM Model Store once again. They are awesome. Customer service is outstanding, and you will not regret a purchase from the RM Model Store. Here's the Alaska 737-900 in the normal livery. Very excited for that, along with the Star Alliance 737-700. I did decide to get this one. I wasn't initially going to, but then I knew that I saw it when it came into Atlanta back in December 2019. Really cool vapor takeoff shot in an overcast environment, so I did decide to go for it, which I thought was awesome. This is probably the JC Wings GSE I chose to buy, and it is. So we have a JC Wings GSE pack, the newer one that they recently released. Very excited about that. Not the most detailed, but the quantity is really good. So in here we probably have Steve the Eagle and something else. Oh yes, I completely forgot I did this. I completely forgot I chose to do this. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. Frontier Airbus A321 Steve the Eagle. Finally made it. It took delays and everything, but it's finally here. In the Nike 2006 Gulfstream G550. I completely forgot I chose to get this one. Actually, maybe a G5, but as you guys know, I've been such a big GA enthusiast as of recent with all the plane spotting and everything, and I thought to represent that, it would be great to get the Gulfstream. As G650 ER is my favorite, but the 5 is perfectly good, and I'll have to get more from NG in the future. I really wanted to get the black and blue livery, but for now, just that one. But I'm really excited. Qantas Airbus A380 in the current livery. My first A380s have finally made it to the collection since the last Qantas one broke, of course. But we had the Qantas A380 right there, and there goes the sun as I was alluding to. But that's okay. As we also have, let me see if I can line them both up, maybe. There we go. We got the Emirates A380 as well from Gemini Jets. I was so excited to get both of these. For the Qantas, obviously, that was bad. I think they're okay, but regardless, what I was saying was the Qantas obviously came to Dallas, and it might come back to Dallas. I think it was confirmed 789 recently, but regardless, still a special model to me, so I decided to get it. And then the Emirates, it's going to be a valuable model one day, and it's a normal Emirates A380. Who wouldn't want that? So looking really nice. This will conclude session 1. Thank you guys for watching to this point. We'll transition into session 2 as we'll begin unboxing all of these from the unit in the RM model store. So absolutely awesome unboxing to this point. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys are enjoying the video. So we'll transition into session 2 right now. And I am back, everybody, for session 2. Quick jump cut, of course, but it is the next day. Weather is held out, and I'm super excited to get into part 2. We have a bunch of awesome models. Beginning over here on the left, we do have the American Darren Lego set. I actually think I'll make this its own video because it is 55 pieces, and it's going to take some time to put together. So excited for that video. That'll be coming soon. So I hope my fellow Darren Lego collectors will be excited for that. So with all that being said, we have quite a bit to go through here. So we're going to begin with the American 900 and just take it from there. So excited to unbox this unit from the RM model store. It's going to be awesome, so let's do this, everybody. Alrighty, so beginning with this American CRJ-900, this is the 5th and final one, looking really good. Let me make sure I'm in focus for us, sorry. There we go. But looking really good inside the box. The horizontal stabilizers are looking nice, so we'll see how it is, and hopefully my shadow doesn't get too bad, but crazy to do an unboxing in 2 sessions. It feels really weird not doing a huge intro like I previously have done, but regardless, here is the 5th and final CRJ-900, and the horizontal stabilizers once again lucking out. I probably got the best 5 that I could have asked for. I'm super blessed. So that is looking really, really nice. Like I said, that is that's the 5th and final one, and those are going to be perfect. So honestly, I'll probably will only fix the one from DG, I believe. No, it was one of the JetCollector ones, I believe. Oh, the Panda Fox Toys one. That is by far the worst one. But the one JetCollector one was not great. But 3 out of 5. That is amazing. So, and of course the landing gear, but that's a much easier fix compared to the others. So, with all that being said, I think we're going to dive into the Southwest Desert because, of course, that is hopefully a positive replacement because the last one, of course, if you guys missed my March unboxing from earlier this year, I can't believe I'm saying it in that context, but that's how it is, came broken. So, hopefully this one's in better shape. We've been over this model before, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it once again, but just going to unbox it and kind of get the deeds done here, and hopefully it's in better shape. Box was a little dinged up, but hopefully this one is not. Let's take a look. I don't know why I'm flinging it over like that. It's been really interesting to say the least. But this Desert 737-700 is intact, which I'm super excited about. I did buy the Panda one, the Prairie diecast exclusive, and that model is actually from the former form of the Southwest Desert livery when it was an actual livery. This is the actual retro one, but that's an actual desert livery with the heart on the bottom, under the bottom of the fuselage and everything. So, or under the windows, that's the proper term. So, but we do have a perfect 737-700 Southwest. So, very, very delighted about that, and it looks really good. Just taking a little inside look at it. So I will be sending the other one back, and very, very excited. So thank you so much to our model store once again. And once again, let me know if you guys like the jump cut better or the live cut. We'll probably go back to jump cuts, but since that was kind of a quick process, we'll go from it like that. So let's start with the Frontier Airbus A321 because this one ended up. He did let me know that this would come later because he had not enough supply when he initially got the March releases, so I was happy to wait, and mine is finally here. So we have the Frontier Airbus A321, Steve the Eagle by Gemini Jets. Still no Frontier from NG models, which is really surprising. Man, I turned on the cool before I started filming this, and it just seems like it's getting hotter. Yikes. Regardless, though, here's the box. Typical Gemini Jets box with the Frontier Airbus A321 and Steve the Eagle. I honestly think they did a really good job on this model. Citrus had a really funny Steve the Eagle meme, buying 72 of them, which was really funny back on April Fools. There's Steve the Eagle right there, super excited. And this is a solid airplane. Gemini Jets 13 did a really nice review on this one, so really excited to get this one out. This will be a great addition. This will be my third now Airbus A321 from Frontier Airlines, so really excited for this. And this will maybe my final one till NG does one, likely. So let's actually just place it off to the side. That's a little bit more characteristic. And here is Steve the Eagle intact. We'd love to see it. Alrighty guys, so here's the Frontier Airbus A321 Steve the Eagle. Obviously this model came out quite a while ago, but obviously we're still going to do our full in-depth review, so let's get started. Alrighty, beginning up here with the cockpit windows, and then we have the nose cone right here. Steve the Eagle titles right here. Here's the landing gear on the Gemini, the recent Airbus narrow bodies. It's been slanted in like that. That's probably my biggest complaint about this model, to be quite honest, but it's still a really nice model, of course. Antenna with the L1 door. Then we have the blue stripe and the Frontier billboard titles right here that look really, really nice. Here are our CFM engines right here. These look really good, and I feel like Gemini Jets does do a fair job with these. I'm sorry, guys. I was so used to the NG and Aero Classic CFMs. These are Neo engines. These are not that great, so but they're okay. They'll have to do. So not bad, but it's what it is, I suppose. Here's the land gear along with the Sharklet as well. These are angled really well for the most part. I'm pretty pleased with these. These are how they should be angled. And there's Steve the Eagle. That is how they properly do the animals on the winglets. Obviously, Aero Classics didn't have quite as well of a go at it as Gemini Jets did, but good job, Gemini Jets. I can't talk. Flyfrontier.com, November 709, Foxtrot Romeo, and then Steve the Eagle looking very fresh. So overall, really, really nice plane. That we'll definitely be utilizing this one. It's actually a little bit crooked in the front too, but regardless, here's the other side of it. The nose doesn't look too pleasant, but hey, we're doing our best. So Steve the Eagle looking really good. We will get a top and bottom view. Here's the top of the aircraft, and here is the bottom of the aircraft. I wish I could get my hand on the other side, but I barely can, and in the shadows. So overall, it's not the most effective method, but Steve the Eagle looking really nice. Awesome Frontier for the collection, and we'll proceed over to another aircraft. I'm not sure which one yet, but we'll see. Alrighty guys, I adjusted the camera a little bit, so hopefully it's in a little bit better position, but we'll start right here with the airport accessories from the JC Wings, the newer set, which I'm really excited about. These are my very first JC Wings accessories, so this will be really cool. My first non-JC Wings model, so really, really excited for this. Box is pretty standard. You do have some different aircraft throughout here, but you got JC Wings airport accessories, 20-part package, all your fancy stuff from JC Wings, and then you do have some nice Air Canada and some nice things here on the back. But regardless, and it's catty cornered, so that's pretty cool. But regardless, we have some pretty good things in this set. This kind of was an integration from Whitney Wings. AS Aviation does an awesome job going into it on his GSE video that he did on his second channel, which was really cool. But we do have 20 really nice pieces right here. So as we take the top off, we will start unboxing these one by one. We have an air cargo. I guess the best way just is to softly. That didn't go exactly how I wanted it to, but regardless, we do have all the GSE out, so I'll line it up and show you guys. Alrighty, so here are all the pieces. I'm not going to go fully in depth because I don't want to take too long, but we have an air cargo semi that looks good. I really like this pushback tug right here. That also looks great. We have a big and small air stair, kind of like the Gemini Jets ones from way back in the day. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about, the 2000 ones. Here's a catering truck that looks good. We also have the big heavy pushback tug that I really like. Here's a freight small semi that looks good as well. Then we have two baggage loader cart baggage carts that look really good as well. I like this one a little bit better since they're in the little slots, but this is a little bit more realistic. This is actually kind of a cargo tin one. This is actually more baggage, I guess. We do have a baggage conveyor belt loader as well, along with two jet bridges that refuse to prop up, so that's why they're in that context. So really, really nice model, or sorry, really, really nice GSC. You get what you pay for in a sense, but it's definitely some good quantity. So those will be nice for the airport update. So with all that being said, we're going to transition. We are going to start with the United 737s and proceed on from there. Really excited for these. Let's do do this. Alrighty, here we go with the United Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Star Alliance livery. Now, like I said, I was initially not planning to get this, but I did see in Atlanta in 2019, and it did come out as a spectacular model as expected. So I did decide to get it, and I'm really, really pleased that I did choose to do as such. Boeing 737-700, you have the United Airlines Star Alliance 737-700 CGI, and then you have a really cool Star Alliance gradient logo that looks really nice. You got Star Alliance and United November 13720 is this registration. And then I did do the tier list on this set recently, so feel free to check that out. Well, not necessarily recently, but about a month ago. So in context, I guess, not too long ago. And then here's the back of the box as well. So really excited to get into this model. I feel like it's going to be a great one. And with all that being said, we're going to do as such. I'm going to pull from the left so the shadows aren't as bad. So that is what we'll do for the rest of the unboxing. I know I've kind of done hit or miss on both, but regardless, hopefully no broken models. This is the second round. These were much better from what I heard. So if we're already doing good on those first ones, I think we're going to be doing good on these. And from initial impressions, pardon me, this is looking outstanding. Well done, NG. Just making sure we are in good shape. Very nice job. And here's the United Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Star Alliance livery. This is looking outstanding. Let's do the full review. We'll begin up here at the front with the nose cone and cockpit windows, followed by the Star Alliance logo and the, I believe this is an ETOP 737-700 like we talked about, really cool. L1 boarding door with the big Star Alliance titles and the United Airlines billboard titles. This is one of the few Star Alliance liveries I know of that the airline's logo is in the Star Alliance theme, so that's pretty cool, rather than the United Blue. So, but looking really nice. Then we have the CFM56 engines along with main landing gears. Sorry about the shade, it's been hiding the bottom antennas a lot, but they are red on this model, and the next model as well, the Evo Blue, so that's really nice. And then you got the winglet right here as well, with the split scimitar winglets, I should say. That look really nice. Nice job on the Star Alliance logo. They always find a way to do a good job on all that, so well done, NG models. We also have the top antenna along with the Wi-Fi box as well. That look really nice. Let me kind of turn it. There we go. And then we have the big Star Alliance billboard titles, like I said, that kind of fade throughout all the way down to into the fuselage. Got the registration of November 13720. Got the L2 door, and then the Star Alliance tail as well. Well done, NG models, once again. Hey, continue to kill it. That's kind of a good way to take a look at the antennas, kind of like that. But as you guys can see, there they are. Sorry, my hands were a little shaky, but let me give you guys the top and bottom. Here is the top of the aircraft, looking very nice, and then the bottom, very, very nice. Well done, NG models, once again. They continue to do an excellent job. And this next model I've been very excited about for a long time. Don't get me wrong, this one is awesome, but this one particularly, man, I've been so excited for it. Let's do it. Honestly, I should say just really the next 5 models have been so anticipated. But regardless, here we have the United Airlines 737-700 in the Evo Blue paint scheme. I've been so excited for this to come out. I've been eyeing one of these for quite some time. And then obviously the Waffle Panda one came out, so that would have been nice regardless. But regardless, we do have the NG models version in front of us today. Boeing 737-700 with a blue stroke around the Boeing 737-700, which is pretty cool. The United Airlines CGI, the 737-700 in Evo Blue. And then you got the Evo Blue throughout here. Look at that gradient, man. What a nice job. They do such a good job. United Boeing, or registration of 21723. And then you got the NG models logo and all that fun stuff. Looks really, really nice. The box is pretty simple on the outside. They didn't do any sort of blue. It's just all gray throughout, which is perfectly fine. And then taking a look at the back of the box, we do have wings. Unlike the 800 that we got last year, we did not have wings. So, but regardless, I'm super excited for this. This is going to be a great model. Just making sure I'm all the way zoomed out for your guys' viewing pleasure to the best of my ability. Trying to hold my arms out as far as possible. And there is the Evo Blue 737-700. How about that color, man? That pops. Ooh, that's going to be looking really good at Tulsa and every airport that it goes to. That, that is not good. Bad news bears, boys. I cannot believe that it took this long. It's kind of just hanging. I feel really bad because we were so close. Well, you guys can call that as you would like. It was. I just felt it kind of wiggling. And honestly, it's like refusing. Like NG just put this last latch or something on it. And it's like, you are not coming out. And I think that may turn into what this turns into because it's just, I don't know. But I would like to super glue it so it would fix itself. I guess we'll review it like this for now, but crazy.
So I did indeed choose to nudge it off. Now the reason I chose to do this was because if I am moving my models from the shelf to the airport and I'm holding it by the wings and the engines, if one came off, then there's a good chance that it would fall to the ground. So that's why I choose to do this. But I will give NG a ton of props. It was barely wiggling. It took quite a bit of friction to get that out. So that was not happening through shipping. You would literally have to destroy the model for it to come off. But I did nudge it off so I could re-glue it. Here's what it looks like, which is a really neat shape. So unfortunately, this did indeed end up, I guess, turning into a broken model. Hopefully, this will be the only one of the unboxing. But let's just give our praise, guys. We made it like 25 models pretty much without a broken model. So honestly, that is superb. I'm not going to complain. It happens, you know. It is what it is to a degree. And this, honestly, I don't know if I can really count this because as you guys saw, it was just wiggling. It wasn't necessarily just, it's not like the whole thing came broken, the BA7810 or something. But I am going to put it back together. I will leave it attached for the thumbnail. Just because, I mean, it is one of the headlines now because this is such a good model too. But I mean, like this, it looks fine, but I am going to be re-gluing this. But regardless, let's get into the review of this baby. So let me adjust the camera. But it is unfortunate overall, but hey, the first model, I'm not complaining. We had a lot of NGs, and I'm super thankful for all of them coming assembled. So all good. Really, really eager to see where it goes from here. So cockpit windows along with the nose cone. You got the landing gear door. Like I said, E-tops for this one too. So that's looking really nice. Had the Star Alliance logo in the L1 boarding door. The beautiful United Billboard titles on the new livery along with the gray swoop. That looks amazing. CFM56 engines in the main landing gear. You have this antenna here. Like I previously said, these ones are red as well on the bottom. So that's really nice. There's kind of a better look at that. Here are the split scimitars. They look so nice with the Evo Blue, man. It is amazing. November 21723, I believe. And then you got the swoop that goes all the way back to the L2 door and the Evo Blue tail. What a stunning model this is, man. This is absolutely amazing. The only non-stunning thing about it is that. But regardless, it's still an awesome model. Oops, sorry, my lens kind of got stuck on the table. And it is unfortunate, like we previously talked about, you know. But hey, like I said, this is the first one of a 50 model unboxing. You can't really complain with that at all. In fact, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just going to get the... This is why I was in the beginning of the video for a reason. This little guy right here is going to fix all of those problems, but that will be fixed probably in a week or so. But regardless, it's a great model. Thank you so much to our model store for supplying it. Really, really excited, and it's going to be great. So hopefully the 900s are in better luck. We will see. Next in line right here, we have the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900s. We have this one in the One World. I am super excited for these. As you guys know, I've been on the lookout for a normal livery 737-900 for years, and then the One World obviously came with it, so I was just flabbergasted. But Chester, sheesh, how about that, boys? That is amazing. Let me kind of bring this up here so we can have the retrospective of these two amazing boxes. Very, very glad. Now, personally, I would have put the normal livery on the left because that kind of seems uniform to me, but I'm not complaining. Look at Chester, man. And this is what I'm talking about with NG. Just small things like this. You know, you don't have to do this as a model manufacturer, but this little etched to detail, somebody was imagine if I'm a huge American MD-80 fan, as I am, I would so put these boxes on my shelf or on my American MD-80 shelf and just let them sit. You know, the rest of these boxes, I have no desire. The Gemini Jets ones, they look good sitting on top of each other. But if I was a huge, I may have to sit these up. I mean, all the ones that fade like this, or even some of my favorites, like the United 789, that box is outstanding. There's so many. The 3 Americans, I'll probably sit those up now that I think about it. So, but One World will come after. Been on the lookout for or been looking for this. I've been very close to bidding on the Gemini Jets one on eBay on several occasions, so NG took care of all my problems, and I'm very, very glad. So, Boeing 737-900, you got the Alaska CGI, half of Chester, along with a good chunk of the Alaska Fate, or kind of swoop livery, whatever you'd like to call it. November 434 Alpha Sierra, looking great. Taking a look at the size of the box, of course, you got the navy blue down here, navy blue on the side right here, sorry. And then kind of transitions into the rest of the normal Chester. What a nice updated livery from the 2016 era, right after Alaska merged with Virgin America. So hopefully this model's intact, and I'm really, really excited. This has been one I've been waiting on to have for a very long time. So let's get into it. Chester, sheesh. Really excited to have Chester, man. And finally, we'll be able to utilize normal liveries and actually utilize the special liveries on a special occasion rather than every update. So this one's in very good tact, and that is outstanding. Wow.
Very, very pleased with that. Let's get into it. Alrighty, everybody, here's the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900 in 1:400 scale in the normal livery. What a need this has been. I'm super excited for this. Albuquerque, Reno, Tulsa, Phoenix. Am I missing one? Orange County maybe. So really, really excited for this. Let's get into it. Beginning up here with the nose cone and cockpit windows. I believe it says proudly all Boeing up there. As we know, they currently have Airbuses, but regardless, you got the E-tops Boeing 737, or probably the registration letters if I had to guess. Then you got the, or 434 actually, my bad. Then you got the L1 boarding door with the Alaska billboard titles. Man, this is all I've wanted right here for Alaska, man. A 739 to complement my 738, and then I was set. So, and then the One World's gonna top it all off, man. There's the gray underneath. That's looking awesome. There's the antenna. There's the top antenna as well as we got the CFM56 engines. Great attention to detail from Next Generation. Here's the 2 emergency exits as well. And then you got the very unique exit door right here in the middle of the 739. Here's the Wi-Fi box and the next antenna along with the split scimitars, which are really nicely done. Well done, NG. There's the Wi-Fi box as well and the last antenna. Once again, November 434 Alpha Sierra. Chester hits different, man. Chester, it's been a long time, my guy. So excited to see you back in the fleet, man. On a new model. And man, these are awesome. Really, really pleased with this. This looks awesome. You guys probably can't hear the lawnmower, but there is one out there right now. So here's the top of the aircraft that looks absolutely outstanding, pardon me. And the bottom, we do have all the antennas as well. So my first 739 from NG, it's a very special one to say the least. Very, very happy with this, and it's going to be an awesome addition to my Alaska fleet. You guys are going to be seeing this in a ton of airport updates, so get used to it because Chester is amazing. Thank you so much, NG. To have some rather nice icing, we're going to go for the One World as well. Man, I'm so excited for this. This is one of my favorite liveries to date. I think it looks so nice. Boeing 737-900, you got the One World Alaska right here, member of One World Alaska titles right here. Then you got the beginning of the swoop in the other half of Chester. That looks awesome. This box is kind of reversed compared to the other one to a degree. Chester does make it to the other side of the box, so NG was clever in that regard to at least finish Chester for people that didn't get both of them. So looking really, really nice. Very, very excited for this, and let's get into it, man. Goodness gracious, this is going to be one of the best models of the year in my opinion. Not to say that any of these haven't been, but man, that screams beautiful right there. I've been so hyped for this. This is going to make a bunch of appearances in the model airports, and who wouldn't want it to? I mean, this thing is a unit. Very, very, yeah, okay. Just making sure. Wow. How about Chester? Once again, beginning up here with the nose cone, then we have the proudly all Boeing titles. Once again, the E-tops, and this is 487 this time. Now, they did add the One World logo to the new Alaska 737-900, so that was pretty cool because initially it didn't have it. And, of course, it has the bigger one right here. L1 boarding door, and then, oh, my goodness. One World, member of One World Alaska Airlines. This thing, God, that screams beautiful to me, guys. I don't know about you guys, but that is outstanding. You do have the little bit of gray down here, but I think it looks really, really nice. Personally, I would have thought that they would have did this in the normal navy colors, but at the same time, that kind of would have interfered with the One World, so I get why they didn't. Green would have been probably a little too much, so I'm not mad with the light gray. It is a little hard to see, but man, that looks awesome. Taking a look at the CFM56s, the antenna, the emergency exits right here, looking awesome. Get the engine right here. Once again, here, the split scimitars, they always do a good job on these. Well done. November 487 Alpha Sierra, the United States flag, and then Chester. Goodness gracious. Chester looks good by himself most of the time, but add a special one to it with One World, and you are setting yourself up for an amazing model. Well done, NG Models. You guys did awesome on this. This is definitely one of my new favorite models in my collection. Once again, not to say that any of the 450 I have aren't, but man, this thing just is outstanding. Let's get the G550. I've been excited for this. Let's do the G550, boys. Alrighty, here is my very first Gulfstream. This is the G5 right here. Very, very excited for this. I decided to go with the 2006 because this, as you guys can tell, kind of looks pretty generic. So that was kind of my mindset here, is if I ever wanted to do some sort of 1-200 GA airport or something, that this would be kind of generic. But at the same time, it is the Nike one, which I'm very, very excited about. So you got the Gulfstream up here with the stroke, which is pretty cool. Here's the aircraft itself. This one, unfortunately, is a victim of no wings, so that's pretty unfortunate, but still looking good. Gulfstream GV, which is obviously G5, November 3546, NG Models. You got the really cool stripes throughout. Really excited. I've heard great things on this mold with its precision, its accuracy, and it's actually is my first NG models 1 to 200. I thought I would have got a CRJ 200 or something by this point, but turns out that the G5 is going to be my very first NG 1 to 200. Very, very excited for this. This is going to be awesome, and they do have the 1 to 200 down here in the corner, so nice attention to detail. But regardless, very, very first NG models 1 to 200. Hopefully many more to come. Very excited for this, and hopefully NG continues to flabbergast me, because that's all that they've been able to do for a very long time. So here we go. Taking a look, we do have some styrofoam, which is always a nice gesture. Very much appreciated. Hopefully it's not too loud. Sorry, guys. Oh, man, that's looking good. Man, take a look at that. It's so weird to have a small aircraft just like this in such a big scale. But regardless, man, just from initial glance, it looks like kind of the size of a 767. Man, how about that? Goodness gracious, that is so cool. Let's gently set that down. And there's my first NG 1 to 200, boys. Very, very pleased with this. This is so cool. It's just a whole different level of aviation right here. Die-cast model airplane collecting. This is awesome. Let's get into this, boys. Beginning up here with the very unique nose of the G5. I'm very tempted to say G550, so if I do, I'm sorry. Then you got the cockpit windows with the very unique landing gear, the Gulfstream. Here we got the stripes of the Nike, which is really cool. Once again, 2006, so older style, but I really like it. Here's the door right here that looks really nice, and then of course the G5 has 6 windows, so we have those displayed right here. We have 2 antennas that look really nice, and then this really cool line on their G5 mold, which is really nicely done. Well done, NG, on that. Then you got the landing gear down here as well that look really good. Hopefully, Aviation 18 briefly talked about this, and I completely agree. Maybe, just maybe, NG will start doing some fantasy private liveries, because that's kind of the mock-up of how people choose how to do liveries, so for their private airplanes. But regardless, here are the winglets as well. These look really, really nice on the G5. Really, really nice job. November 3546, and then you got the tail right here. Very, very impressed, thoroughly impressed to say the least. NG Models continues to do their work, and this G5 is absolutely no exception to that meta. Man, very, very happy with this. We also have an antenna back here. Actually, let me do a top and down. This would be the ideal model to do one on as such. So here's the top of the aircraft. Very, very nice detail. Really, really nicely done. Very happy with that. The bottom of the aircraft as well, thoroughly detailed. We have some really nice markings right here as well. Get the landing gear with tons of detail down there. Just take a look at that. Sorry, I can barely get into the frame, but that is remarkable. Then here's the bottom of the fuselage as well. So excited to have my first 1-200 Gulfstream. I'm definitely tempted to buy more. Those are going to look so good on the shelf next to my bigger aircraft. So looking really good. Thank you so much, NG Models. And we'll proceed on into the A380s. Let's go. Alrighty, boys. Here we go with this Emirates Airbus A380-800. Man, obviously, as you guys know, this isn't like a huge sentimental aircraft to me or anything, but I have seen them before, and also to complement that, this aircraft holds a bunch of value in the 1-400 scale market, so I thought that it would be a perfect time to get it. And on top of that, I wasn't initially planning on getting the Qantas, so I wanted to have a solidified A380 for my collection as my former Qantas broke. So for those 3 reasons, I thought that would be perfect to get this Emirates. Taking a look, obviously, we have the very unique Emirates box. This is the first one we've done on camera. I did get a 777-300, but I didn't review that. So it's a really cool box for Emirates, obviously, with the partnership and everything with all the Emirates models they do, especially A380s. You have the really cool red around the box Airbus A380-800 scale 1-400. You got Emirates up there in the top left corner, and then you got the Emirates store on there as well, because the Emirates store kind of carries these, and this is kind of a big part of their sales, so a lot of people like to buy them. And it appears to be that the flap got open, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. And you kind of have the Gemini jets and everything. So I'm sure kind of the big reason why it's formatted in this box is because of the partnership. They kind of requested to be in a really nice manner like this, pardon me. So really excited to get into this. This is kind of hard to take out of its cradle, so I'll show you guys what's up when we get inside. But the only reason I know that is because I had the giveaway one, and I didn't really look at it very much, of course. Obviously, with all these models, I just kind of took it out and did the thing. But regardless, here is the Emirates A380. It's really nice and die cast. I'm very happy with it already before even getting to look at one. I did get the hold one. It's very heavy. And it's also very hard to get the plastic off, apparently. but we can. I remember having the issue with the other one. It was pretty hard to get off. There's the first round of plastic, and then you have these tabs that you got to pull open. So let me show you guys kind of how to do this, at least how I did it. Sorry, it's going to be kind of hard to demonstrate this, but essentially you just lift up on the bottom of this kind of, and then try to lift the model out gently, and eventually it does come out. I didn't want it to rattle out like that, but that was kind of the best way. And you do have to do it on both sides too. But this does ensure the QC of the big Airbus A380, and how about that thing? That is a unit, boys. I'm very excited to take a look at this bad boy. Let's do it. Beginning up right up here with the nose cone, pardon me, sorry guys, I was kind of turning the model, as you guys can see, to get that lined up properly. But we have the huge nose cone of the Airbus A380. So cool to have one of these back in the collection. Just take a look at the cockpit windows, man. It reminds me of an A330 to start, and then the nose just never ends. It's crazy. You got the really cool titles right there, the Airbus A380, I believe that says. Got the nose landing gear right here as well. Got the L1 door and L2 doors, the Expo 2020 livery, which is the only thing different from a normal Emirates A380, but a lot of people actually, from what I've seen, have actually took nail polish remover and removed that. I highly recommend being careful with that if you choose to do it. Definitely tape off the big Emirates logo in the windows down here, but I have seen people do that, so thought I would mention that. You got the big Emirates billboard titles right here. It's so cool to have one of these, man. And then you got the www.emirates.com. You have it in their language as well. And then you got the engines right here. You have all the doors on the double-decker. First full-fledged double-decker in my collection. Sorry, I'm just kind of zooming out to give you guys some context. Here are the engines right here as well. One of the coolest things, in my opinion, is how only the inside engines 1 and 3, have the reversers. 2 and 4 do not. So that's really, really neat, in my opinion. And then you got the antennas that range throughout here. I don't believe we have the Wi-Fi box, which is pretty unfortunate. I'm pretty sure the real-life one does. I would have to think, at least. There's the wingtips as well in the A380. It's so crazy to have one. Look at all these doors back here. L3, L4, L5, and then you have, I believe, a total of 7 doors. It appears to be 7. Sorry, 8 doors, my bad. And you have these 2 back here as well. Then the huge Emirates tail. Taking a look at the other side, we're going to have, here's a head-on. Honestly, I'm a big fan of the mold initially. There's a little bit of flex, and the nose is kind of debatable. But outside of that, there's really no complaining with the Gemini Jets A380 mold. I really think it's a really nice mold. We will be able to compare it to the Phoenix, as I'm getting my first Phoenix A380. Or actually, let me just do a recap. I can't leave this model hanging because it's such a good one. Thank you so much, Gemini Jets, for doing this. This is going to be an awesome addition. Storyline's going to have some awesome double-deckers very, very soon. I'm really excited for that. With all that being said, let's get out my very first Phoenix A380, my second Qantas, not Qatar, and it will be the first in their newer livery, so let's go. Alrighty, boys, so here's the Qantas Airbus A380 in the newer font by Phoenix models. Now, as you guys know, I wasn't initially anticipating on getting this one, but I decided, since the sentimental value, I may have seen this aircraft, I need to go back and check, but between seeing the aircraft, the type of it, of course, it potentially coming back to Dallas and everything in between, I said, why not? And this is a beautiful model. This is going to be so nice. You got the big Airbus A380 here in the middle, and then you got the Qantas CGI with some Cirrus clouds in the background that look nice. Qantas Spirit of Australia, Victor Hotel, Oscar Quebec Gulf. I can't remember which one I've seen. I know I saw one in 2019 with the new font, and I've seen plenty of them with the old font. But regardless, I've been so blessed to see all these A380s. And then down there in the corner, we have 1:400 scale from Phoenix, of course. Here's the bottom of the box with just some typical details. Let me kind of turn this over here. It's a huge box. You got A380 ranging throughout all 3 sides, 1:400 scale. On the back of the box, we have a really cool, I didn't even notice this here. How about that? We got an epic Australia sunset with the kangaroos. That is honestly one of the best. Now, don't get me wrong. The NG boxes are super nice, and I love them. But this Phoenix definitely hits different in terms of their international models with just showing off the region. If you want to, when I think of Australia, I think of kangaroos, and this is literally bomb. I love that. Very, very nice choice by Phoenix models. That is awesome. So let's unbox this, everybody. I'm really excited for this. Hopefully this is going to be a really nice model for the collection. And I'm really eager to see the Phoenix Airbus A380 mold for the first time. So let's do it. The biggest 2 A380 molds, arguably, and 1:400 are now in my collection, are attempting to be, there we go. I guess I was trying to bring that out too, which is crazy, but this piece, but here we go, the Qantas Airbus A380 as she comes out. There she is. What a unit. Sheesh. Understatement, man. How about that? taking this out of the plastic, or attempting to. You got to go all the way around. I remember watching reviews on the heavies where people went all the way around, and I completely see why now, because now I have these big airplanes. Oh my goodness. Okay, first and foremost, interesting texture on the fuselage, but there it is. Oh boy. The rumors about the A380 not sitting on the ground completely from the Phoenix mold is official, because mine does have that issue. So I completely forgot about that. But I remember, I know Aviation JFK is a huge A380 guy, and I remember him talking about that in his mold comparison. And that would be an understatement. Also very cool. Take a look at the flap. They have the registration there, so that's pretty cool. But let's take a look at this Qantas A380, and that rumors came true, but outside of that, I think we're going to have a really nice model in our hands. Here it is, everybody, the Qantas Airbus A380 by Phoenix models. Really, really nice one. I'm not sure if they did one with the old font or not, but regardless, here's the new font. First and foremost, I'll show you guys what I was talking about. So as you guys can barely see, the landing gear is sitting up a little bit, and if I actually take some of the pencil lead right here, you guys can probably see that I can slide this under, or a sheet of paper would be a better demonstration, but as you can kind of see, it does slide under. But here's the main demonstration. Okay, it actually seemed a lot worse when I initially took it out of the box, but it appears to be that it settled out a little bit. But as you guys can kind of see it bopping, that's what I'm talking about. If I bring the Gemini Jets one in for retrospective really quick, that doesn't happen at all. But it was much worse on the Qantas initially. It may be dependent on the surface, but as you guys can see, it kind of bops a little bit. Well, now it's not. So maybe it took a minute to get settled in, but it was definitely bopping earlier. So, but regardless, let's take a look. Here we go. We got the cockpit windows right here. Let me fix the pencil, sorry. And then you got the kangaroo right here as well, looking good. Here's the bopping. I'm trying to kind of demonstrate. It was much worse when I initially got it out of the box. So I'm kind of glad that it fixed itself a little bit, but it definitely bops a little bit. L1 and L2 doors with the Qantas billboard titles that look outstanding. Here's the you guys just saw that. This is the bop that I'm talking about. Now, I guess it just depends on how the main landing gear are configured, but as you guys can see, the bop is very significant on display right there, which is unfortunate, but thank goodness from a glance it doesn't look, you can't really notice it. But regardless, got the antennas right here as well with a small Wi-Fi box right there that looks good. Here is the Spirit of Australia titles. I personally like the old one a little bit better, but this is a clean, modern refresh, so I'll definitely give that to Qantas. Here are the kangaroos, and there's the bop. Now it's really bad, as you guys can tell, but I'm kind of just showing that off as we kind of go through this. But you got kangaroos on the engines right here as well. And then this is one nice thing about the Phoenix mold, is it accurately flexes out as the real A380 in the ground configuration would. As you guys see, it does flex out. So that is a really nice component of this mold, and I feel like it's really nice. Definitely check out Aviation JFK's mold review. He really, he killed it, to say the least. Got I have 4 doors back here as well. Registration of Victor Hotel. I believe it is Oscar Quebec Golf, if I'm not mistaken. Looking good. And then you got the kangaroo. What a unit, man. I love that kangaroo. And then the horizontal stabilizers actually are more crooked than the Gemini one, which I wasn't expecting, but they're just a little too crooked, I think. But, oops, sorry, guys. So, there's the bop, but there's the kangaroo. So, looks really good. Taking a look at the other side of the model, here it is. I feel like they did a really good job for the most part. The most frustrating thing is definitely the bop, but overall it's still a really nice model. Here's the top of the aircraft as we can kind of get a visualization of that. And here's the bottom with the main landing gear, the big Qantas tiles. I didn't know that Qantas had that, so that's really cool. And then you got the nose landing gear as well. So overall, there's definitely some pros and cons. Definitely the biggest cons to take away, in my opinion, are the horizontal stabilizers being a little crooked, but more so is this landing gear bopping. But then at the same time, you have the really cool flex in the wing, which is super accurate and proportional. And then along with that, you have a really nice nose cone precision. At least it appears to be so. I'll kind of bring in the Gemini one so you guys can kind of get a brief retrospective on that. Yeah, the Phoenix one definitely looks slightly better in my opinion. I would have to go get pictures of the A380s to analyze completely. But as you guys can see, there's a little bit more curvature to it. But they're still both really, really nice. So. But as you guys can tell, one bops, one doesn't. But at the same time, one has a little bit of flex, one doesn't. And the other thing to notice is the Phoenix one. I think JFK also mentioned this. Pardon me. Aviation JFK. The Gemini Jets one is much heavier. I think the Phoenix one is made out of some sort of probably hollow metal type material. With that Gemini one is made out of pure metal aluminum or whatever the material may be. It is heavy. So really, really nice stuff right there. Was very, very pleased with that. We are going to be jumping into our next box as we have quite a few more to go, and I'm very excited. So we'll probably have 3 sessions overall, but regardless, super excited, and let's do it. Alrighty, boys, proceeding into our next box. This one actually comes from Anchorage, Alaska. That's so cool, and a very special model to come from Anchorage. I'm pretty confident that this is my first model from Alaska, and I actually have bought one from Hawaii before, so I probably haven't bought a model from every state, but what I can assure is I bought a model from Alaska and Hawaii, which I don't know if every model collector can say that. That's not bragging either. That's just a really cool trait that I have, I guess. So. Oh, could you imagine as a model airplane collector if it was like Xbox or PlayStation where you had achievements? That would be like worth like 10,000 gamer score. I'm sorry, I just don't know why I had that thought, but that was pretty cool. But this box is definitely interestingly configured. But 10,000 gamer score. I don't know if you can make such a rubric. That would definitely take some time, but that is definitely a cool thought. But really neat box, and my first model I've ever bought from Hawaii. It did start in the continental United States though at some time, but I haven't said what it is yet, so let's get in, and you guys will see. You guys will probably figure out why I've bought it, especially if you're a longtime viewer. But it's a really cool plane. I do have one of these already, so this is just, well, it's a sentimental plane. I'll say it like that. So there we go. There it is. Looking good as I get it out. Alrighty, here we go. A Delta Airlines 757-300. Very, very excited for this. Now, you guys are probably wondering why I bought another Delta 757-300 as I have the 2018 release. So if you guys actually remember, for my very, very long time friends, I actually had this exact same aircraft, the 2014 Delta Airlines 757-300, November 582, November, or I think that's November Whiskey, that's what it is. And I had this aircraft, but unfortunately it broke. So I did decide I found a really good deal on eBay. This was my first eBay purchase since last December, so I was very excited to get my first eBay model in quite some time. It's crazy to think that I went 7 months, but between all the pre-orders, it does make logical sense why I took such a break. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix the camera up a little bit. But I believe this is my like 5th or 6th Delta 757. There is another one later in the video, but regardless, I'm super excited for this since I've had this airplane before, but it was like $35 or something outstanding like that, so of course I'm not going to pass that up. So got the 2014 theme box. Obviously not too much has changed from the present day. Obviously it's a little bit cleaner formatting. The aircraft climbing is not quite like that right now, but still really nice. 2014, as we talked about, November 582. A little bit of dust up here, but that's okay. Model came out what, 7 years ago now? Crazy. Specifications, of course, and there is the 757-300. Long time no see. It's been a long time. I did get it from the initial pre-order. Easy Toys would have been where I got it from. And now, or was it eBay? eBay or Easy Toys. It was one or the other for sure, but I think it probably was actually eBay now that I think about it for a minute. But there she is. How about that? Man, so excited to have this aircraft back in my collection. That's what I've really been trying to do. If a good deal as it rose, I've told myself that I want to replace as many planes that broke previously as possible, and this was a very good choice. Man, that is looking outstanding. Welcome back, November 582, November Whiskey, to the fleet. So excited to have this aircraft. It is absolutely outstanding. Let's go into some detail. Alrighty, so you got the cockpit windows right here with the nose cone. You got the SkyTeam logo with the L1 boarding door and Delta billboard titles. This just shows, I mean, we've looked at so many newer mold landing gears of these last couple models, so this just shows how much it's changed, but still really nice. Then we have the L2 door right here and the extended fuselage of the Boeing 757-300, the unique characteristic of it after all. Then you got the Plaid & Whitneys. These particularly are PW2043s, so very nice. This one's probably still in service. I think I saw 585. I think that was the one I saw. And I think I saw a 588 or 3 or something like that as well in the Lancer. So I've seen a couple of these, which has been nice. Main landing gear, which look a little bit better. Then you got the winglets as well. These look really good and proportional. Then you have the third door right here that always looks really nice. November 582, November Whiskey, of course. And then the beautiful Delta Airlines widget tail. What a stunning model. Didn't mean to spin it that fast, sorry. Really excited to have this one back in the collection. Really, really glad to have this. I know people, Citrus Aviation, Salt City Aviation, yes, sorry. There's a lot of Delta 757 enthusiasts, so they're really going to enjoy this model, and I do as well. So glad to have this one back. And like I said, I believe this is my 5th, I think. Let me think. I have the 1753, and then I have 3 757-200. So this is actually my 5th Delta 757 300, 5th Delta 757. Then we're going to have a 6 coming up, which I'm super excited about. So very, very satisfied with this. Great buy. And we have a lot of individual boxes. So let's go to the next one. Alrighty, boys. On to the next box. Speaking of Salt City Aviation, this model is actually from him. I think he actually rebranded the Syracuse Aviation, so my apologies. But very, very excited for this. This aircraft, just like the Delta 757-300, this is a new aircraft type for my fleet. It's not a particular need, but I will be able to utilize it. It's a really, really nice mold, and it was a really, really good deal that he was selling it for, so I was really excited about this. So let's take a look and get it open. Cutting to the left, and I'll actually just cut it out. Okay, after an outstanding tape job, we have got that off, so here we go. Let's see what we got in here. Got some packing peanuts, looking good, and I can't believe it fit in here. It probably barely did. I'm probably gonna have to nudge it out if I had to guess. Yeah, that would be about right. Oh, I forgot that these had the smaller boxes as well. But we have the Delta Airlines Airbus A330-200 2014 release. How about this? Very excited to have this. Let me readjust the camera. Here we go, everybody. The Delta Airlines Airbus A330-200 2014 release. So I decided to get this model because not only was it a good deal, but they have been flying the Phoenix just a little bit, and this mold is really unique. I don't have a mold like this in my collection. The American A330-300 is close, but this mold has rolling landing gears, antennas. It was before they redid it, so it was one of those really short-lived, really good molds. So that was another reason that I chose to get this, but overall it's a really cool model and will be a really cool aircraft for the collection. Gemini Jet's made for collectors by collectors. You get the A330-300 right there as well, and then at least they did include this Delta widget back in the day, which was really cool. Delta, Airbus A330-200, SkyTeam, all that fun stuff. Here's the aircraft inside. There's the pamphlet, and there she is. That's all she wrote. Very excited for this, and let's get into it. Alrighty, hoping for another awesome model. I can't believe we've only had one broken to this point. That is literally all I could have asked for. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have another one, but there's a chance we may not have another one. There she is. Wow. That's an awesome model. Here we go, everybody. The Delta Airlines Airbus A330-200 1:400 scale from Gemini Jets back from 2014. Super excited for this model. Let's get into it. Beginning up here, right here with the cockpit windows and a really nice nose cone. We have the L1 boarding door and the SkyTeam logo along with the Delta billboard titles. A little narrowed in on the A330-200. Got the antenna along with the landing gear. Honestly, I think it looks really good. I'm really impressed with that. Very, very nice. Right here, we got the Plaid & Whitneys. I think that's what they are. I'm going to confirm, but I thought they were Plaid & Whitneys. They are. They're PW4168, so they're not quite the Plaid & Whitneys on the 777s, so very nice. There's the main landing gear as well. They look really nice on this mold. That was another determining factor, in my opinion. You got the L3 and L4 doors that look really nice, and here's the wings. This is the other biggest component of this mold that I absolutely love. These are level wings. Gemini, just bring it back. I know it's a one-piece mold. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but these are nice leveled wings. These are what we want. These are beautiful, man. Come on. November 858, November Whiskey. I believe this actually was the plane, or yeah, 858. I believe this was actually the plane that flew the flight that I was going to be on back for my day trip on Delta before it got, what's it called? Before I had to cancel it due to mono, so that's pretty cool. And then here is the Delta widget as well. And the other cool thing, you guys may have saw this in one of Gemini Jet's 13's thumbnails, but because of the landing gear mounts, this thing will actually just sit up by itself. So it's a really nice prop for, you know, if you had it in a glance, but obviously this isn't realistic. Now, I think he's balanced it like this before, and as you can see, it's kind of trying to do that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I think if I get the weight, let's go. That is stunning. How about that? What a unit, man. So this will actually be perfect for taking off and everything. So really, really cool. I wish you could do this with every model, but I'm sure it's going to be far gone. But maybe one day, maybe another gimmick to come at some point. Here's the other side that looks really nice. And I'll zoom us out here and get the top and the bottom. Thank you so much, Syracuse Aviation, once again. I really appreciate it. Really, really nice model, and it's going to be excellent in my collection. Thank you so much. And another Delta Heavy for the fleet. Absolutely awesome. Alrighty, boys, once again, if my camera battery dies, I apologize. We've already went through one. That's crazy, but here we go with our next model. This is from Waffle Collectibles, another Panda Models exclusive. Very excited for this. This one's been here for a little bit less time than those others, or actually that last one came in late July. This one's been here since early August, so we are making our way to a little bit more present times. We still have quite a few individual boxes, but really excited. Hopefully I didn't get a piece of the box in there, because obviously the knife went pretty deep, but regardless, here we go. It doesn't even appear I got a piece of that cardboard right there, so sorry about the shadow. But regardless, in here we should have these 622 boxes work really well for one model. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about right there. Very pleased. Right here we have a Boeing 737-700. You guys may know what this is. I really like this box, by the way. This is really nice. But these are generic Panda boxes, by the way. These Southwest Airlines 737-700 with bended winglets, November 950 Whiskey November. So what I chose to do here was I chose only to get one, because if NG does them, I'll probably get two, and then I may sell one of my Gemini jets. But for the moment, this will be an awesome compliment. We'll have 4 Heart bended winglet 737-700s across 3 brands. So really excited about this. This will be an awesome addition, and really like this box. It's nice and simple. What can I say? On the back, we just have a 737, so probably 700, but regardless, looking really good, and let's get into this. Now, on this one, these are a little bit darker blues than the RM exclusives, and also his second release that will be later in this video also had the shade like this. They came around the same time, so really excited. I think that this shade is literally perfect. And there she is, the bended winglet Southwest 737-700. And here it is, everybody, Southwest Airlines 737-700 with bended winglets, the Waffle Collectibles Panda Models exclusive. This is looking outstanding. Let's get into it. Also, there wasn't too much of a backstory for me on this one. I just saw that it came out, and I was really excited and immediately ordered it. So I initially chose one, and I kind of thought about two, but then I thought about the NG logic. But regardless, very pleased. Let's get started. Cockpit windows with the nose cone right here. You got the landing gear with the landing gear door as well. L1 boarding door, and then you got the Southwest titles. Unfortunately, they do have the same issue with the printed on there a little too oddly, but it still looks good in my opinion. You got the engine down here as well, that looks really good. Then you got the landing gear right here as well, that look awesome. There's the bended winglets. It's just nice and simple. I really like it. Very nice. November 950 Whiskey November, and then you got the tail right here as well. Painting back to the other side, here it is. I really like the shade of blue. This shade of blue is really nice, and obviously in this beautiful golden hour lighting, we can really properly evaluate it. And once again, guys, let me know. Sorry to say it for the 5th time. I'll probably get 100 comments about it, since it may be a popular video, but about whether you guys like the jump cuts or just the moving live. But regardless, I'm a big fan of this shade of blue. I think they did an outstanding job. Well done. Very excited for the split versions that we'll see later in this video. But with all that being said, we have more individual boxes, I believe. So let's take a look. Alrighty, so this is a very special box. This is our 4th to last already, but the last box is a huge box. But regardless, here is our next box. This one comes from all the way in Europe. Was very surprised that this guy had this model, and I've been looking for some more retro models like this, and it was a really good deal. The shipping ended up being as much as the model, so it turned out still to be a really good deal, so I did choose to get this, and I'm really excited for this. This will be another great addition to the fleet. I'm not sure in what context I'll use it, but I'm also not sure in what context I will get this thing out. This is going to be interesting. Here we go, everybody. Right here, we have the United Airbus A320 blue tulip livery with fence tips. Was very surprised. I got it for $25 US and 25 shipping, but that's still a really good deal. I looked on eBay. This one typically goes for 60-ish, so very happy with this. Here in the middle, we got the baby bus right here, baby bus models that is. You got the United cutout right there, a new range from Aero Classics, so very similar to that previous box that we saw. Just says A320, so that's pretty interesting. Which one was that? Was that the Volaris? Nah, maybe the Volaris, but I'm not sure. So this one actually had an Air New Zealand box, so maybe this guy just got them mixed up. That's a possibility, but that's fine by me. We got the model, so that's what matters. So I'm not sure if he collected all from around the world. I'm guessing that's probably a potential, or if something else happened, but regardless, here we go. This is looking in good shape, and that's what matters. So it's just a sticker after all, but he probably just didn't think about it at the time. But here we go with the United Airbus A320. Alrighty, this United Airbus A320 in the blue tulip livery, is looking absolutely outstanding. Let's get this review started. Alrighty, here we go. We got the cockpit windows right here in the Star Alliance logo. We have the beautiful white to light blue to navy blue, looking great. Here's the United logo right here with the United. This is a different font from the Battleship Gray. It's some sort of newer one, so looking really nice. Got the IAE engines. United's had A320s and A319s for years, so that's really cool. All the way back to the Battleship Gray days. Here we have the engines as well, and then we got the fence tips. Aero Classics did a really good job. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died once again, but look at that beautiful tail. November, is it 486? 488 Uniform Alpha. And like I was saying before the camera died, Aero Classic absolutely killing this livery. Now, it could have been natural blue box, so that's a possibility, but I mean, still though, just to see how good this thing looks, man, really, really nice. We'll be eager to see if NG does one day. If so, I'll definitely get that in the Battleship Grays. But I'm really enjoying building up the United Retro fleet. Now, one thing that is on my to-do list, and I think you guys will definitely be in favor of this, is some older Delta liveries. We had the Ron Allen, of course, that 757 would have been great. And then, of course, we have the Delta Widget livery, the all-white one, which is really cool. And the one I really like, the Colors in Motion. I definitely got to get more of those. So that's on my to-do list. But the Uniteds are looking really good regardless, and I'm very, very pleased with those. So our next box is a really exciting one. I think a lot of us have been waiting for this day. So let me rephrase. This is one of many days we've been looking forward to. So let's get into that. Alrighty, boys, so it is looking like we will have 3 sessions, but I think 3 will be plentiful. We have this box, and I'm going to try to get through the last model down here, but I'm at least going to try to get through this box for sure. And then following that, in the last session, we'll have potentially one more model along with the huge unit, but my goal is for the last session to be the huge unit, which I'm super excited about. That just came in the other day. But regardless, here's our next box coming from our great friends over at JetCollector. As we've mentioned a couple times throughout this video, they always do an awesome job, and it's my go-to place for Aero Classics, which is amazing. So let's take a look. You guys may be able to guess by this point in chronological order from how I've been unboxing these models what these are. So guesses are all up for grabs, but I'm really excited. And once again, JetCollector always does an outstanding job. And I really like the format of you get to do the Aero Classics pre-orders. They come out at 10 a.m. Central and 8 a.m. Pacific, as they're based in California, on Saturday mornings at the Friday after they're announced. So that's really nice. I really like that. So invoice, we got everything listed. 2 of these I've been waiting on, or one particularly for such a long time, but I know a lot of people have just been waiting on both, and me too, till last year. But that probably is all the context clues we will need. There they are. What a that is awesome. So as we can see right here on the left, we have the Fedex Airbus A300 freighter. Man, Merry Christmas. Along with that, we have the UPS Airbus A300. Sheesh, goodness gracious. And to top that off, I did get the Frontier A320, as I teased that earlier in the video. I thought to do that so we had more rotations, and on top of that, who can't have another Frontier? The A321 was nice, but as I said, 3 is quite a bit, but you can never have too many A320s. So we're definitely going to start with that one, bringing it out. I forgot what tail it is, so we're about to find out together. It is not one that it's not one of my favorites, so that's why I didn't remember, but it's still a good one, I think. The Whale Shark. Okay, Baba the Whale Shark. That's not bad. We can work with Baba. So Baba the Whale Shark, and then we have this unit right here. Sheesh. Yes, sir. UPS Airbus A300. You got Asia Pacific for some reason. I saw that in reviews. I don't know why, but it has the big worldwide service logo, so we're going to be very accurate there. And last but certainly not least, we will not have to do a custom after all. Man, FedEx Airbus A300 freighter. Absolutely outstanding. Very, very happy with that. Let's get into these guys. Alrighty, everybody, here we go. I'm so excited for these. We're going to begin with the Frontier, like I said, and we will take it from there. Alrighty, here we go. As we see up here, another Baby Bus Models box, so very interesting. We got the Frontier right here, the Shark Wolf, a new range from Aero Classics. So, first Frontiers in a while. They obviously did the 321 too. We'll see if it's on the top of the box. It might be. But no, it is not. So, just a sticker for the 320. But it looks really good, and I'm really excited to get into it, so let's get started. Very excited for this 320 Neo, and hopefully I can keep the tires all intact this time around. That was solidified to the model, to say the least. And here is the Shark. That actually looks pretty good. I think that's going to grow on me. Alrighty, so I'm very similar to how I felt about the Korean Air Boeing 777-300. This has grown on me immediately. The Shark Wolf came out much better than I anticipated, and I'm super excited for this, so let's take a look. Alrighty, you got the cockpit windows right here, and then you got Baja, the Shark Wolf right here. L1 boarding door and the landing gear as well, that looks really good. Then you got the Frontier Airlines billboard titles in the Neo engines as well that are proportional. You got the main landing gear along with the Sharklets as well. These are printed really good, so very nice job, Aero Classics, getting that together. Flyfrontier.com, pardon me, November 342 Foxtrot Romeo, and there is the Shark Wolf. It's just crazy how things happen in amazing ways. You know, I'll be honest with you guys, I was borderline getting this, and I chose to get it, and I guess the A300s, if I just had to take an initial guess, just really washed out the livery itself. Now, I haven't seen this one or anything before, obviously, so that's part of it. But on top of that, you know, it's an uncommon livery. It's not talked about all the time, and it's one of those that you don't really think about. But once seeing it in real life, I am very happy with it. Is it my favorite? No. But is it the worst? No, not even close. This is a great model. I'm really, in terms of the livery, sorry. The model is really nice. It's awesome to add another Frontier, and I'm really pleased with this one. To be honest with you guys, I probably like it more than Orbital, but I still am a huge fan of this. I'm really glad I chose to get it, and things work in mysterious ways sometimes, because like I said, I was about not to get it, but when things are washed out a little bit, sometimes you don't really think of these things. So really pleased with this, very happy, and I'm really excited for what's to come. Let's get to the A300s. We will begin with the UPS Airbus A300. Sorry for scooting it up kind of awkwardly. There we go. All right, Asia Pacific up here on the top, even though it's a US registered aircraft. You got the A300 right here, the cutout 1/4 scale Airbus A300. The body in the box, nothing crazy. It's your typical generic Aero Classics box. You do have the sticker though for the aircraft itself, and then you got the sticker on the side as well. And here's the back. Like I said, these are in the United States, so I'm not sure what we're doing here, but it will be a-okay. They probably just had a lot of these available, and they just chose to utilize them. But here is the UPS Airbus A300 in 1/400 scale, the modern version. I'm really excited for this. Been a long time waiting as we remove multiple sheets of plastic and foam, and there she is. Looking absolutely awesome is this UPS Airbus A300. Very excited to have this in my collection, and this is going to be an excellent addition to all the model airports. Let's get started. Beginning right here, we had the nose cone and the cockpit windows. We had the L1 boarding door along with the landing gear right here. Once again, not the most detailed, but that is perfectly okay on something that we've wanted for such a long time. Here's the cargo loader in the worldwide services titles. Then we have the engines right here that look really good. I want to say they're Rolls-Royce or Plaid & Whitney, something along those lines. Got the main landing gear as well, and then the fence tips. This is very similar to the previous mold that I have, of course, but I'm super excited to have this. November 173 uniform Papa, or 177, 173 maybe, 173. And then we got the UPS logo right here and everything in all of its glory. What an awesome model this is. This is going to be an excellent addition to anybody's collection. I know that there's been a lot of people that have been wanting this, and me too. Don't get me wrong. I'm so excited to have two of these now. Obviously different versions, but that's a-okay. What an amazing model. This is going to be a great asset to the collection, and it's just going to be absolutely outstanding. The next one, though, has been a huge build-up for such a long time. Here we go, everybody. Right here we have the FedEx Express Airbus A300 Freighter. Man, honestly, this is just like the American CRJ-900, Delta CRJ-900, so many models throughout the list. I never knew if this was going to happen. It's been quite some anticipation, and thank you so much, Aero Classics, for making this possible. Same exact box, the only difference is we have the FedEx right here in November 692 Foxtrot Echo, which actually is the last built FedEx or Airbus A300 in general, which is a really cool trait. I don't know if it was just the freighter or if it was all the A300s. I would assume all of them, but I did see that when I was looking at the registration, so that is so cool. Speaking of so cool, this model, two pieces of plastic for these A300s, and the second one is very difficult to get off from the fuselage. You have to get it by the side. Man, dream come true. The colors look a little interesting, but that's the least of my concern. Welcome the FedEx A300 to my collection. Here we go, everybody. Right here we have the FedEx Express Airbus A300 Freighter. Wow. What an amazing model. As you guys know, I've been wanting this so bad for Albuquerque, Tulsa, Dallas, Reno. Every single airport that I have has the FedEx A300. Even Orange County, one of the two regularly scheduled cargo aircrafts. And, okay, actually, I don't think Pensacola has it, but that's besides the point. This has been such an anticipated model. I'm so excited for this, and this is going to be absolutely awesome. Let's dive into it. Right here, we have the cockpit windows, and I believe we have some sort of name right here, which is really nice. The World on Time, L1 boarding door, and those beautiful FedEx Express titles. There's obviously been the older fonts done and all that, but just a modern FedEx Express title is the first of its kind. Super exciting. We have the main landing gear right here and the FedEx Express on the engines as well that look really good. Color really nicely done to this point. Here are the fence tips as well. November 692, Foxtrot Echo. Here's the tail. It seems a little, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It seems just a little, if we had to be any critical on this model, it's definitely the color, that purple. It's not bad, but it just seems maybe a little too dull. I don't think it's quite rich enough. I feel like the fuselage, the logo one, is really nice, but it just seems like this one's just a little washed out in the tail. But regardless, wow. So excited to have this. This is going to be a key component of airport updates for years to come. Very, 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 very nice. Very, very happy with this. This is going to be an awesome addition, and I'm really, really excited to have this in the collection. Thank you so much, Aero Classics. I hope you guys were able to get one. This is such an outstanding model, and thank you so much, Aero Classics, for making this possible. Man, I seriously am just dumbfounded. It's awesome to finally have this. Not have to do a custom and everything. Man. I was really close to getting 2 of these, but I thought that one just made a lot of sense overall, and I don't want to hog all these models up, since especially Aero Classics and Gemini Jets, such limited quantity. So looking really, really good. So glad to have this, and it's going to be an excellent addition for the collection. Alrighty, this is probably going to be the last model for the session. As you guys can tell, the lighting is about to go. But right here, we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200, the 6th one that I was talking about, in the SkyTeam livery. So excited to have this in my collection. Now, you guys may be wondering why this is out of the cardboard box. This actually came with the giveaway models from the Midwest Model Store. I was looking through the website just to make sure if there was anything I wanted that he could ship it with those if possible, and this was one of those models. So I was really, really glad to find this, and it's going to be an excellent addition. It's such a beautiful livery. I don't have a full flavor SkyTeam special livery yet, so that's one of the reasons why I really wanted this one. But it's such a nice model, and it's just such an icon, and it's going to be a great addition to the Delta fleet. This will definitely finish off the Delta 757 collection. But regardless, really, really excited to have this. Thank you so much to the Midwest Model Store. Check them out. Link in the description. Use coupon code Redriveraviation for 10% off. They always do an awesome job, and I appreciate their continued support of my channel. So we have Gemini Jets right here, made for collectors by collectors. You got the SkyTeam CGI and the Delta widget once again, Boeing 757-200. I think it's a 2011? 2009. Okay, the logo threw me for a loop there, but really, really nice. Got the aircraft climbing right there as well. Very, very excited to have this in the collection. The registration position always is interesting to me, but here's the information, and there is the aircraft right there. Super excited to have this in the collection. It's going to be a banger of a model to finish off session 2, and I'm really, really excited for this. So let's take a look. There she is, color on point, mold on point, every component of the aircraft on point, and we even got the nose socket as well. That is awesome. And there she is. Wow, what an amazing model to finish off session 2. Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the SkyTeam livery. Very thoroughly impressed with this model. Super excited for this. Let's dive into it. Alrighty, right here we got the cockpit windows, and then you got the L1 boarding door, got the nose landing gear and door right here as well. SkyTeam with the Delta right here. Very, very happy with this. Now there is a little bit of gloss on this. I think it's how it's supposed to be for once. Actually not like the rest of them, so very pleased with that. L2 door, and then you got the Plaid and Whitneys right here that look awesome. I think they're 2037s maybe. I could be wrong on that, but main landing gear. And you got the winglets right here as well that look really nice. Well done. Man. And then the registration and flag, like I said, it really is interesting how it's moved so far up on this model that they look really good. Let me turn the camera a little bit, see if I can get that shadow out of the way a little bit. There we go. November 705, I think, or is it 1? 717 Tango Whiskey. That's right, my bad. And you got the SkyTeam heading into the tail. Man, wow. This is outstanding. I'm so glad to have this in my collection. Like I said, I've been looking to get this one for quite some time, and the perfect opportunity arose for an outstanding deal. So I was very happy with this. Really, really excited for the future to come in my Delta collection. But the 757s may be complete for now, but man, can't complain with this. This is outstanding. Wow. So that will do it for session 2, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I thought we did really good. Sorry that it's going to be a little chaotic, but I will show you guys the full frame. So here's what we're working with for this session. Looking really, really nice, and I'll see you guys in session 3 in just a minute. We have one final large unit to take a look at. Very, very excited. It has some great models in it. I believe we have about 20 or so in there. It's going to be an outstanding unboxing, and I really hope you guys are excited for it. I'll see you guys momentarily, and I hope you guys are excited for the third and final session of Massive Unboxing 16. Thank you guys so much for watching to this point. If you have, I can't thank you guys enough, and I'll see you guys momentarily. And welcome everybody to session 3. So excited to get into our third and likely the final session of Massive Unboxing 16. We have our last box right here. It is absolutely huge, as you guys can tell. It's a 30 by 28 to put it in the retrospective. Here's a fold-up table so you guys can kind of see how big it is. We should have about 20 models or so in here. Really excited to get into this. This is going to be awesome. Very excited. Once again, huge unit from the RM Model Store. This has been the box I've been waiting on for well, here's the situation. So me and the RM Model Store luckily have some really good communication, and we kind of talk about how we choose to do things. I'm very good friends with the store owner, so that's really awesome. So we continued to, I wouldn't say procrastinate, but continued to just build up a stack of aircraft because models kept coming in right next to each other, if that makes any sense. And finally, the last couple models for this box, it was, I believe, some of the NG September releases. Took a little bit longer than what we anticipated, so they are here now, which I'm super excited about. This still box I actually believe is from a big NG Models box, which is really cool, as you guys can see, 05 November. So that probably means that this was the American Astrojet, which is really exciting. Also, look at that label right there. It says 58106, 24 quantities. I'm pretty sure that's the Astrojet item number, but regardless, super excited to get into this. We're going to have some great models in here, so I'm going to scoot you guys up. Got another beautiful day today. A little bit chillier, but that is perfectly fine. About 70 degrees and clear with a couple of cirrus clouds, so perfectly fine. But regardless, we got one more final big unit to get into. Thank you guys so much for watching to this point. Once again, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. So as we get into this, that SIL logo is really cool. It's already been cut on once, as you guys can tell, and I kind of broke the box a little bit, but that's okay. Definitely going to be keeping this one. That SIL logo is really cool from NG. Here we go. Ton of packing paper in here, and we already got some good looking models here on the top. Here we go. So we do have a lot of planes in here. I believe, like I said, about 20. So let's get into it. Here we go. Beginning with the first of two Southwest Airlines 737-700s in the Heart livery with split scimitars. The second release, really excited, the November 7855 Alpha release. So very excited for those. Those boxes also match up, so that's really cool, to the first release. Let's see, what's our next aircraft in here? See if I can get this out. Alrighty, here we got some more exclusives right here. The RM Model Store exclusive Panda Model Spirit and JetBlue Airbus A320s. This is in the Spotlight tail, and then this is the normal bare fare with fence tips. Really excited for those. Those are going to be great additions. Let's keep moving and grooving through here. Here we got the Southwest 737-700, the Prairie Diecast exclusive of the Desert livery. That's also looking very good. Let's see. And right here we have the Airport Passenger Bridge jet bridges. I'm really excited to get these. These are absolutely awesome. They're super expensive, but I was like, why not? Might as well at this point. It's been it's been a tough stretch with the normal Gemini jet bridges. So thought I would get those. Those will be really nice to have. Really excited about those. Right here, this has been a model I've wanted to get for a long time, and I finally was able to do as such. The Air India 777-300, a Prairie Wings exclusive as well. Very happy about that. That's going to be a great addition. And then we have quite a few more in here. So let's go to the bottom to start. Some more NG models right here. Delta Airlines 737-900 with splits in the current livery. Very nice. Along with that, we also have, timeout, here a little bit more rattling than what I would like, but we'll see what happens. The Alaska 737-900 do what is right livery. Very excited for those. Down here we also have the JetBlue A321, the Winglux Panda exclusive. That's going to be a great model. Sorry if it's a little dark over here. I started a little bit earlier because I noticed that I took quite a while with session 2, so I didn't want to take too long. So let me back you guys up, get a little bit more natural light in there. I don't think it's too bad though. Yes, here we go. Japan 787-9, very excited for that. I've been waiting on one of those for years, so that's going to be a great addition. 2 American Airlines 737 MAX 8s, or is this the Astrojet? Oh boy, this is the Astrojet. I've seen some interesting things. This one looks okay though, believe it or not. I don't see any antennas or landing gear missing to this point, so we'll have to see on that one, but I'm kind of surprised. But we should have 2 Maxes in here somewhere. Oh boy, I forgot about Freedom 1. How could I forget? Southwest Airlines 737-800 Freedom 1. Man, anticipation's been real. We do have one MAX, and there should be a second one. There's the second one right there. Looking good from the Gemini August release. I don't know when we're going to get September. Here's a heavy. Never mind. This is actually the Astrojet 757-200 from American. The box was a little bit bigger. And then one more. The last one. Let me see if I can guess. The NG Astrojet. That's what it's got to be. That is right. Uh-oh. I cannot believe that the NG Astrojet is broken and the Gemini is not to this point. It sounds like an engine. If that's a wing, that is really concerning. Or maybe there's super glue in there. NG, no. But we have a huge stack, so let's get into this, y'all. Alrighty, guys, so what we'll do is we'll start with the oldest items and go to the newest items, which I'm really excited for. So we'll have a really good variety in terms of the most anticipated models to some of the ones that are still really good. All the models in this box are awesome. So here we go. First and foremost, we're going to start with the JC Wings jet bridges, though. Like I said, it's just been something that I've really wanted. These are really cool, and I'm really excited for these if I can get them out. I'm not sure what airport I'll use them on. I may use them at Dallas. We'll have to see, but I'm really excited for these. So here they are right here. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on these since they've been out for such a long time. And to complement that, they are also, as they start falling out on me, they are not the star of the show completely. So alrighty, here are the jet bridges. I'm so excited to have these. These are super detailed, and they're going to be excellent additions. So finally something besides the older Gemini Jets ones and the normal Gemini Jets ones. So very excited to have these jet bridges. You also get the different sized connector pieces. I'm not sure what the proper word for this would be off the top of my head. Let me see if I can somehow think of one real quick. I don't know what the proper term is, but regardless, I'm super excited to have those. Those are going to be excellent additions, and I'm really excited. So those are looking really good. Let's take it into our first model. Alrighty, so beginning with the oddball right here, we have the Air India Boeing 777-300ER. Now, it's not necessarily an oddball, but it came out earlier this year, so that's why it's not with the other ones. The rest of those are pre-orders, so that's why I decided to do this one first. But really excited for this. Like I said, I've wanted to get this for a long time to support Prairie Diecast, and I really have been eager to see this 777-300 mold from JC Wings. I've heard a ton of great things about it. I got a little bit of a taste with it with the American 777, but I'm super excited for this. The breast cancer awareness, I should say. So here we go. Got the Air India right here, the CGI Boeing 777-300ER 1-400 scale die-cast model aircraft. Got the bottom of the box on the side as well. It's kind of, the box got a little tore up, but that's okay. Looking at the back right here, it's kind of weird because you can definitely feel the landing gear right here, which is pretty cool. But we got specifications. Really nice to see that across all the exclusive boxes. I'm shocked how many exclusives we have in here. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. That is awesome. But regardless, here we go with the Air India. Been excited to get this, and another heavy to the fleet right there. Sheesh. Really excited to have that into the collection right there. This will be an awesome addition, especially for storyline, but just for the collection overall. And plus, this is going to be a very valuable model one day. I know a lot of people are huge on Air India since, you know, obviously, it's not necessarily, I don't know if the proper term would be unfulfilled demand or if it's just been such a long time till we got a normal livery. But here it is, everybody. Alrighty, guys, so here we are with the Air India Boeing 777-300ER. This is looking outstanding, and I'm super excited for this. So let's zoom in and take an in-depth look. Alrighty, beginning up here with the cockpit windows, and then you got the flag right here. Got the main landing gear, of course, with the landing gear door. Have the Star Alliance logo in the L1 boarding. And then you got the billboard titles right here that look absolutely awesome. Then you got the first class and economy right here as well. Followed by such, we have the orange line in the Air India livery that looks really nice. Got the L2 door as well, and then you got the antennas there looking really nice. There should be one somewhere under there. Actually, it's on the rear of the aircraft, my bad. Then you got the engines as well. These look really nice on the these GE90s. Who wouldn't want to hear these all day long? They look awesome. And then, of course, you got the logo right there. So that's looking really good. You got the L3 door across the middle, and then the registration of Victor Tango Alpha Lima Sierra. Sorry, I kind of missed the frame on that. Sorry. And then you got the wings that look amazing. Man, really nice mold. Here are the landing gear as well that tilt. So very nice. L4 door right here, and then you got a little Wi-Fi box along with the next 3 antennas that look good. Once again, Victor Tango Alpha Lima Sierra, and then you got the Air India tail right here. really nice job. Big fan of this model. Super glad to have it. It's going to value really well. Really cool on the tail. I also noticed this in AS Aviation's review. On this side, you have the their language along with the Air India on this side, but on the other side, the left side, you have the Air India on the tail, but then you have it, didn't mean drag it, sorry. Their language right there. So really nice model. Super glad to have this into the collection. It's going to be great to have some new variety, and I'm really pleased by this. So well done by JC Wings and Prairie Diecast. Alrighty, so I think what I'm going to do is, since we have so many NG models July releases and so many Panda exclusives, I think I'm going to alternate back and forth until we get to the September stuff and the Gemini August. So I feel like this will be a good method. So here we go. Beginning right here, we have the Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the desert livery. Really excited to have this model. This is going to be an excellent addition. Once again, like I previously mentioned, this is when it was originally in the desert livery, when this was the normal livery essentially. So here we go. Boeing 737-700, you got the Southwest font right here. You got the CGI. This is November 724 Sierra Whiskey. So that hints at it's not 711 or 714. So giveaway that it's one of the older ones in the heart as well. One of the 400 scale diecast aircraft. Here's the bottom of the box, the side of the box, and I am very eager to see how this looks in contrast to the Gemini Jets version. Really eager to see it. Here's the back, of course. We got the specifications, and how about that? That is awesome. We got the Prairie Diecast logo on the top left. That is awesome. The Air India did not have that, so that is a really cool compliment by JC Wings to put that on there. So now we do know that this is a Prairie Wings aircraft, PW0004, so this is really cool. And then you got all the specifications and everything, so really cool touch. That definitely adds some character to this. So really nice box. Really excited to get into this, and let's do as such. Wrong side. Let's try this side. There we go. All right, here we go. Hopefully not broken. Interesting color. No hate, of course. I like these guys a lot from Prairie Diecast, but it's definitely now it's not bad. I would say it's drastically improved over the Gemini one, but it definitely looks pretty interesting. So let's take a look. Alrighty, so here's the Prairie Wings exclusive from Panda model Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the desert livery. To confirm on the color after looking at some pictures, the shade seems good, but the tint on the livery just seems a little weird. It's like it's not rich enough. But regardless, it still looks really good. Very excited to have this. So let's get into the full in-depth review. Beginning up here, right here, we got the cockpit windows and then the black thing once again. Got the nose landing gear right here with the landing gear door. We have the L1 door right here as well. Followed as such, we have the heart logo that I was talking about that looks really cool with the one on it. That looks really nice. Got the CFM56 engines. These look really good as well. Then we got all the accurate antennas, which is nice to see as well. You got the winglets as well. These look really good. It appears to be that they are not, they do not include the Southwest.com, which I'm pretty sure this did. I'm just going to confirm that. But still, a really good job on the winglets right there. To confirm, it did have the Southwest.com winglet, so I'm not sure if that was intentional or what the situation was, but still nice to see that. Right here we have November 724 Sierra Whiskey. We have the L2 door, pardon me. Then we got the Southwest right here on the tail. Really nice model. Like I said, the shade definitely is interesting, but I will say that it is an improvement over the Gemini one. It's just kind of a weird tan color. That would be, it comes out really weird on camera. It seems much richer, like it's a decent shade on camera, but in real life it seems more like a dull shade just from looking at it. But it's still a really nice model. I'm super glad to have it. Really nice job by Prairie Diecast and Panda models. They did a great job, really good job, and I'm very excited to have this in the collection. Next in line right here, we have the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the Do What Is Right livery. Really excited for this. This is going to be an awesome model. Boeing 737-900, there is always right to do what is right, and that is very true. Alaska right here, registration November 492 Alpha Sierra. Looking really good. And you also got the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. right here. So really nice job by NG to include all that in the box. Looking good. Here's the bottom. We got the left right here. I'm not trying to get too political with this livery, of course, because I know these are sensitive topics. but I definitely do not support what is going on in the world recently, of course, with the George Floyd situation last summer and everything in between. Like I said, I'm not going to get too political with it here, but what I will say, it is not right to do things like that, and I'm very glad that NG Models is encouraging such a situation right here with the Alaska. So, yeah, regardless, with all that being said, excited to see how this model is looking, and let's take a full in-depth look right here. So here we go. Alrighty, looking pretty good to start. And let's see if we got another intact Alaska 737-900. And I believe just a little shake. This is very similar to the United situation. As you guys can tell, it's very marginal, but it's there. And it appears to be that, okay. So that one came out much easier than the, the previous one. That would be the United 737. But this time it was the other wing. Now, I did see one of these come broken on Facebook, so it's very unfortunate, but hopefully the horizontal stabilizers are good along with the other wings. So very unfortunate to see another broken model, especially such a nice one like all of these, but NG. And then we got Astrojet, which I don't even know what to expect on that, but yeah, like you guys saw, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but we're just going to pop it back in just like that, and we're going to be ready to go. Looking really nice. Let's take a full in-depth look at this Alaska 737-900 in the Do What Is Right livery. Alrighty, beginning up here, sorry, it's kind of hard to see, but we got the cockpit windows along with the nose cone, then we got the E-tops of the 737-900. I believe it's E-tops, it may just say the registration, but we got the L1 door, and then we probably have some sort of title right here. You got the, there's always, sorry, I can't see it. There is always right to do what is right. That's what it says. I'm sorry. So looking good right there. Then the paint chip, there is a little one on this one. The United, I didn't notice one. I can't really show it very well in this context, but there is a little bit. You guys can kind of see it. Maybe I can't really show it very well, but I'll see if I can get a better camera angle. It's not horrible. I would be fine with keeping it, but regardless. And then here you got the numerous heads right here that look really nice throughout the livery. Here's the CFM56 engines along with the landing gear, and then you got Chester on the inside, and then on the outside he is not present, so that's unfortunate, but still looks good. Then you got the emergency exit right there, Wi-Fi dome along with the registration in November 492 Alpha Sierra, and then we got the tail right here in the gray shade. So really nice job by NG Models. They always continue to do a great job, and this is definitely a unique livery to say the least. Like I said, I don't want to get too political or offend anybody, so that's why I'm not going full in depth on the livery like crazy, if that makes any sense. I'm seeing if I can get you guys a view of what's going on here. So as you guys can tell, there is a marginal paint chip, but we'll see what happens. But regardless, super glad to have this model. Here's the bottom. Actually, you guys may be able to see it. I'm not sure. And then here's the top right here. Really nice job by NG Models. They continue to do an outstanding job, and I'm super excited to have this one in the collection. Good job, NG Models. Next up, we got the Southwest Airlines 737-700 re-release, the second release, I should say, even November 7855 Alpha from the RM Model Store. Really excited for these as well. The shade is slightly darker, so that's why I chose to get two of them. Really excited for these. These are going to be awesome. Like I said, the box lines up, so if you had the first release box right here, mine are over there, and I'll try to take a picture and add onto the screen, it would line up. So that's really cool, but regardless, with all that being said, let's get started with this. So here we go. Boeing 737-700, and then you got the really cool Southwest, the livery fades. That's really cool. CGI right here, November 7855 Alpha, looking good. Sorry, here's the bottom of the box right here. Got the side of the box, very similar to the first release. I did a full video on that one and the Panda models, the Waffle exclusive of California 1, so feel free to check that out. I'll try to card it. Here's the Boeing 737-700 with the specifications once again. Like I said, very similar to the first release. The only main difference that I've seen throughout the internet is the box, and the shade of the blue is slightly darker. Very similar to that Waffle one that we just saw previously, if not identical. And it looks pretty identical to me, as this is looking really good. So let's take off the plastic right here, and then here we go. Hopefully we're in good shape, and I believe we are. Nice to see. And since we're here, we might as well do the second one, pardon me. So let's get the second one out real quick. This one's also looking very good as well. The plastic is on there really nice. And here we go with the second one, also looking good. Alrighty, so here's the second release Southwest Airlines 737-700 from the RM model store, pardon me. Really excited for this. Let's take a full in-depth look. Beginning up here at the front, we have the cockpit windows along with the main landing gear. I don't know why, but it seems a little tall. I could be dreaming on that, but regardless, looking good. L1 boarding door, and then you got the Southwest billboard titles. This is very similar to the Waffle one for sure, just looking at it. Here is the CFM56 engine. The only main difference is the registration along with the split scimitar, which has been added, so that looks really nice. We've got the Wi-Fi box right here along with November 7855 Alpha, and then here is the Southwest Heart Tail. These look really good. Super excited to have these in the collection, and these will be great additions to the first release. So very excited for these. Let me put both of them next to each other. Looking really, really nice. Super pleased with these, and they did a really good job. Great job by the RM Model Store and Panda Models. Yeah, so as you guys can see, it's definitely a little bit taller, which is okay. Definitely something that I noticed off the top of my head, but still a really, really good model. Very, very pleased with it, and I think they look really good. So well done to the RM Model Store and Panda Models once again. Next in line, a model I've been waiting for a very long time. Not to say I haven't been waiting on any of these models for a long time, but this one especially has been very exciting. Right here we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the normal livery with split scimitars by NG Models. Very excited for this. Boeing 737-900, you got the CGI right here. Delta, November 913 Delta uniform, NG Models. You got the Delta widget throughout. Obviously, Delta had all that controversy. Oh, no, I actually just remembered. I ordered the Delta A330, and it's not here. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but hopefully that comes very soon. I'm sure he'll be able to throw it into the next package. Here's the box, but I'll be very excited for that Delta A330. But what I was getting to before that was that NG had the Delta issues with the lawsuit and everything, and then apparently they must have got it resolved or something happened, because obviously now they're back to making Delta models, which is very exciting, but really interesting to say the least. But this box is looking really good. Super excited for the 737-900, and it's going to be an excellent model. So here we go. Delta, oh, no. I'm not sure if the shade is kind of off right there, but you can definitely see a piece of the wing right there. So here we go. Obviously this is a lot of models, so I'm giving NG credit, and plus these are new molds, but this is the third new 737, and this one is a that's a no doubter. There's no denying that one right there. And no! Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, this one even has a little bit of a wiggle to it. No, we do have landing gears not loose at least, and we do have all the antennas. So that's a really rough sequence right there for the Delta 737-900. So that left stabilizer flew out. The right one was just kind of shaking, but that left wing, that was a no-doubter. So very unfortunate to see that. Yeah, so that is by far the roughest sequence of the day to this point. That wing was a no-doubter. That was by far. That's what I call a broken wing. The other two, I can live with those, but that is a no-doubter. And then this horizontal stabilizer, the left main one, that one just whacked out on its own really easy. And then the right one was definitely loose. This wing as well is, let me show you guys. So it's a little nudging. This one is probably very similar to the United. I don't even know if this one could be forced out, honestly. That is firm. I did not mean to pull so hard on the last tug. I was about done trying, but I mean, just for retrospective, I'm not trying to deassemble these airplanes by any means, but my point with that was I was not trying to pull out that right wing. It just, it's one of those deals where you get so close and it just comes out. That's what happened there. So that was not, so let me actually fix that, because that's not really how it, oh gosh. That's not really what happened there. That's what we got. The left wing, that was a no-doubter by far. The right wing, that was one of those deals. So regardless, we're going to reassemble this thing to the best of our ability, put it back together, and I'm sorry about the left wing over there. That did not mean to happen. I will not, in the thumbnail, it's going to be these three parts, because the other one, that really didn't mean to happen, but I'm still going to have to glue that back. But regardless, let's put it back together and fix this up. Okay, so all things considered for how demolished that model was, I've seen much worse, obviously. That is not bad at all to get that thing reassembled pretty good. So no bad paint chips or anything. The UNCF one's definitely worse. There's not really any significant ones on this one. So let's review this, and I'll be eager to see if this one gets replaced. This is definitely a candidate, but regardless, still a great model, and it looks good from the outside. So let's take a look. Alrighty, beginning right here, we have the cockpit windows and the nose cone. Then we have the landing gear door and the main landing gear for the nose. We have the SkyTeam logo and L1 boarding door. We got the Delta Airlines titles. Then we have the Wi-Fi box along with the antenna. Then we got some antennas down here. Hopefully the airplane stays assembled. And then you got the back door right here. You got November 913 Delta uniform. Along with that, you also have the L3 door right there, the Delta widget, and the horizontal stabilizers. Now, unfortunately, the proper way to set this up for what we're analyzing here, and it's probably just going to be easier at this point anyways, but these three were no doubt, or that this left stabilizer wasn't like necessarily a no doubter, but it was definitely loose like the majority of my other stabilizers. That right wing, like I said, it's one of those deals that it wasn't coming out, so it was in good shape, but the rest of that's rough, so it's okay. I'm hoping for better. NG's still getting these kinks worked out. It happens. The quality of the models most certainly makes up for this, but yeah, it's one of those deals. Alrighty, transitioning back over to exclusives right here, we have the Spirit Airbus A320 fence tips. Really excited about this. This is going to be an excellent model. Alrighty, so we got the Airbus A320-200. We got the Spirit with the bear fare back there in the back of the box. And this is going to be another great addition to the Spirit fleet. My Spirit fleet's looking really good now. Bear fare, Airbus A320-200, and you got bear fare right here with the aircraft on the top, and really nicely detailed box. Really simple on the back. You just have yellow with the aircraft CGI and then specifications. Once again, the IAE 2530 engines that look really good. 3,300 miles, which is a really good range for an Airbus A320. And overall, a really good looking model. Very excited to get into this, hopefully. There we go, looking good. And there is the Spirit A320. That color's looking really good. Really nice. Very excited for this. Not like I just said, I'm very excited for all the others, of course. And oh man, we are struggling, boys. Aww. Oh, I was okay for those first two, but now we're just starting to get pretty dicey. So we unfortunately now have the broken Spirit A320. I guess it just turns into a bad curse. Session 1, we were spotless. We were outstanding. Session 2, we had 1. Session 3, we are like 50%. So, yeah. But like I said, this is very fixable. This is much better than the Delta situation. But like I said, we haven't had like any landing gears or anything yet. That's when I'm going to be very disappointed. But it's just one wing, so let's pop this one back in there. I'll just do the like so, and it is all nice and fixed up now. But regardless, man, this is a beautiful model. I am super impressed with this. I'm so glad I chose to get it, and let's take a full in-depth view of this. Alrighty, we got the nose cone and cockpit windows, L1 boarding door, and the amazing landing gear and antenna of the Panda A320 mold. We got the Spirit billboard titles, and then a little bit crooked on the engine, but that's perfectly fine. No big deal there. Got the emergency exits, and then the this is the older one as well. The newer one's just obviously it just has Spirit.com, and then there's no scratches anymore. But it's okay to have the older one. I think all of them still have it, which is nice. Then you got the antennas back throughout here, and then the L2 door, November 64 or 624? 62, or oh, is it 612? Okay, my bad. November kilo, and then you got the Spirit tail right here. Panning over to the other side, you also have the Spirit right there, and then the paint chip I don't notice it, so that's really good. And then we got the back right here. Let me give you guys a top and down view. Here is the top view of the aircraft. Looks really good. Oops. And then there is the bottom. Taking a look at that. Yeah, not too bad. It's in the wing crease, so it's not going to be noticeable, which is with the ultimate goal when this happens. But yeah, like I said, unfortunate. It's not too hard nowadays for whatever reason to keep my composure. I'm used to this, so yeah. But another one, it's unfortunate, and we just got to keep trying. Alrighty, JAL, don't let me down. I've been excited for you for years. The other ones, those are just awesome compliments, but you I've been looking for. I've been very close to buying the Phoenix version numerous times. Very hopeful that we're going to be in good shape here. The guy that I saw on Facebook that got the UNCF also got the Japan broken. I do believe it was a wing, so crossing my fingers. We don't want to go 3 in a row, but here we go. Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. Beautiful box right here with the JAL with the really cool gradient. Japan Airlines registration, Juliet Alpha 863 Juliet. There's a chance I've seen this one before. I've seen 865 most recently, but I think I've seen 861 as well, and quite a few others over the years at DFW. And obviously, this is what it is for, is Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. A lot of those others will be used in Dallas as well. Spirit, UNCF, those will be great. But this one particularly was just for Dallas, and it's been very exciting to await getting this. So here we go. Very excited for this, and hopefully, it is not broken. It is looking good from initial glance. Is there no bottom piece? What is going on? No bottom piece. I thought that these came with bottom pieces. So no bottom piece, but the good news is the model is looking in good condition. Hopefully that will hold up. Come on. No broken. There we go. Very nice. And how about this? Look at that. Very, very nice. Alrighty, so here we go with this Japan Airlines Boeing 787-9. Really good to bounce back into great QC models, and I'm very, very happy about this. Let's get started. Alrighty, beginning up here with the cockpit windows, then we got the nose landing gear, got the L1 door, and then we got the One World logo as well. Transitioning through, we got the Japan Airlines billboard titles. Really, really nice. Those look great. L2 door with the One World logo, and then we got the antenna and the Wi-Fi dome. Here are those engines that look really nice as well. I gotta learn what the 787's engines are, so I apologize. Then we got the main landing gear as well. Those look great. Here are the wings. Those also look really nice. Very happy with those on the NG 787 mold. And then we got the L3 door. Along with that, we also have the registration caddy cornered on Japan aircraft, so that's really cool. Here's the sticker. They've had those on here for a while. I'm not sure what it says. I can't see it, but very nice to have that decal. And then we have the antennas as well. Juliet Alpha 836 Juliet, and then we got Boeing 787-9 and the Japan Airlines tail. So this one came out really, really well. Very, very pleased with this. Really, really nice job by NG Models once again. Here is the top of the aircraft. Sorry about the shades through the windows. And then here is the bottom. Really, really nice bounce back. Very, very pleased with this. Really, really good model. This is going to serve very, very well at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and I'm so excited to get this in the next update. Really, really nice model, and very, very happy with that. Alrighty, next up we got the JetBlue Airbus A320 in the spotlight tail with fence tips. I've been really excited for this model as it was announced all the way back in January, just like the Spirit. Really, really excited for this. This is a really awesome tail, and it's going to be an awesome model, so let's get into this. Got the Airbus A320-200 right here, and then you got the CGI. You got the spotlight tail throughout the back that looks really good. November 794 Juliet Bravo, 1-400. Here is the box, pardon me, sorry guys. Sometimes I lose my talking ability when I've been talking for so long. Here is the back of the box right here, specifications and everything in between. Very, very excited for this. This is going to be an awesome model, and I'm really, really eager to see this. So here we go. There we go. Very hopeful that it's not broken. Very, very hopeful, and it's looking good from initial glance. So that is the good news. Come on, let's get our first Panda A320 here. That's not broken. I don't think I have any others. Good deal. Love to see it. Alrighty, here we go with the JetBlue Airbus A320 in the spotlight tail. Very, very excited for this. This has been a model that I've been anticipating for quite some time, and it's such a good mold. Let's get into this. Alrighty, beginning up here with the nose cone, we got the cockpit windows and then the title of the aircraft. Once again, my eyes are blind, so I can't read it, so I apologize. L1 boarding door, we got the antenna in the nose landing gear. Got the Fly-Fi logo along with the JetBlue billboard titles that look awesome. Got the JetBlue.com winglets, once again, slightly crooked, but that's okay. I can live with that. Then you got the two emergency exits right here, along with the Wi-Fi dome that looks really nice. The Spirit did not have one, so great to see it on the JetBlue. Here's the fence tip right here that also looks really good. I don't know if they're not painted on the inside or if that was a mess up. I'm going to take a guess that they're not, but who knows? I'm not sure. And then we got the two antennas back here. November 794 Juliet Bravo. Spotlight looks good, man. Very, very nice. Really, really pleased with that. Really good job here by the ARM Model Store and Panda Models once again. They always do good work, as we can clearly see. Pardon me. And then we got the baggage loaders right here that also look really good. Oh, that antenna's turned around a little bit, so let me fix that. Or is it just how that's mounted on there? That's actually just how it's mounted, okay. Looks a little off, but that's okay. It's the back one underneath, so it's hard to see anyways. So, really, really nice model. Very, very happy with this. First spotlight tail, it looks awesome. Really, really excited. And with all that being said, all that anticipation, Very eager to see how Freedom 1's going, so let's take a look. Here we go, everybody. Right here we have the Southwest Airlines 737-800 Freedom 1. I've been waiting on this model for such a long time. I've been envisioning unboxing this. What a beautiful special livery for 50 years from Southwest. Really, really excited for this, and let's not even do any more delaying. Here we go. Boeing 737-800, you got the U.S. flag right here in the background and on the aircraft for the CGI. Southwest, 50 years, 1 heart, registration November 500, Whiskey November. I've actually seen this aircraft when it was in the Canyon Blue livery, so that was really cool. We got the NG logos and everything. This also had its first revenue flight the evening that it got that it made it over to Dallas Love Field to Tulsa, so that was really, really cool. So here's the aircraft itself. Very, very nice. Very, very happy with this. Here's the back of the box, very similar to the front. Hopefully not broken. I would really hate for Freedom 1 to be broken, but only time will tell as we get this box out. But I'm really excited. Hopefully it's just a wing or something. If it is, here we go, NG. Come on.
Wow.
That's looking good. Oh, that livery is sharp. Woo. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Not broken. Not broken. Not broken. Let's go. Freedom 1. Jeez. Man, finally here, right here, we have the Southwest Airlines 737-800 in the Freedom 1 livery. This is amazing. I'm super, super happy with this. Let's get into the review, everybody. Beginning up here at the front, we have the nose cone and the cockpit windows by the Freedom 1 titles. Next up, we have the Stars of America, of course, all 50 states. And then we got the nose landing gear and the registration. Should be 500 right there. Then we got the L1 door with the heart right here. And then we got all the passenger windows that look amazing. Transitioning into the beautiful stripe. That is amazing. We have the antenna up here on the top as well. And then we got the red and white stripes that transition through the fuselage. Oh man, this is beautiful. We have the emergency exit doors as well and the CFM56 engines. We have the main landing gear with the amazing attention to detail. Like all these models, I haven't mentioned this much today, so I apologize, but we have the livery. The paint is on the landing gear, so that's been a really nice job by all these manufacturers. Here is the winglets as well. Very simple, but there's absolutely no problem with that. And once again, like I mentioned way earlier in this video, the engraving of the stars is so nice in the windows. Well done, NG. And then, of course, the flag as well. We got the SATCOM box, Wi-Fi box, whatever the proper term is in this case, followed by the last antennas. And then we got the Southwest hardtail as well. Man, that delay was so worth it. This is amazing. Well done, NG models. Just look at that flag. Let me give you guys a better outside perspective of this guy. That model is absolutely amazing. Here is the top of the aircraft, as we can see right here, looking great. In the bottom with the heart as well. This precision is outstanding. We also have our antenna down here, pardon me. I know it's hard to see, but there it is. Man, what an awesome model from NG Models. I've been waiting for that one for so long. Not trying to rush this, but obviously it's such a long video, so I don't want it to take up too much time. But it's such a beautiful livery. Really, really, really glad to have in my collection. And that's most certainly going to be making plenty of appearances and airport updates. Well done, Southwest and NG Models. That one absolutely makes my day. And I'm so glad to see that model in my collection. Well done. Man, it's crazy to think that this is the second to last airline of the video. But we still have 5 models. 5 of them are Americans. So that's why it kind of got a little saturated, but regardless, here we go with the JetBlue Airbus A321 Winglux. Really, really excited for this. I believe it's just another Panda subsidiary, but this is obviously the Airbus A321Neo with the mint configuration with the streamer's tail.
Alrighty guys, so I apologize in advance. I ended up calling this the streamer's tail, which is incorrect. This is actually the ribbon's tail. I'm sorry, I'm so used to saying rhythm for band, but ribbon's tail. So I apologize about that in advance, but regardless, just substitute ribbon every time for this review and we'll be good to go. But once again, I apologize about that.
If I'm not mistaken. So balloons is the normal configuration, and then streamers, which is this tail, is the mint configuration. So really excited to have this in my collection. I was on the fence about whether to get it or not, but it's a really nice tail, and on top of that, it's a Winglux. So I thought that it would be a really cool model to add to the collection. So here we go. Airbus A321Neo, you got the JetBlue right here, the aircraft JetBlue throughout 1:400 scale, and then, registration of November 21005 Juliet. And then you got the streamers through the background in the Winglux logo right here. So it appears to be some sort of bird, which looks good, or just some sort of symbol. Nice job on the bottom of the box, nice and simple. Here's a bigger engraving in the Winglux, that looks good. And then this is pretty cool. You got the Winglux the bar Airbus / JetBlue. I really like that. Here's the barcode and everything on the bottom of the box. And what we got in the back? Okay, so not specifications, but a really nice engine along with the 3 logos as well. So this looks really good. I'm really excited for this. Hopefully not broken or anything. Really excited to see what Winglux is all about. Now this is a pretty simple livery, of course, so there's not a ton to evaluate, but what is exciting is this is going to be a great model and a great addition. This is the second. They had 3 models in this set. I believe the TAP previous livery. Nice simple cradle, of course, as expected. Oh, no antenna, not good. Sorry to interrupt myself. Let me get through what I was saying before I go on to that. They had the, what's it called? TAP, and then there was one other. I can't remember what it is. The sad news is, okay, I heard something, and then I heard it fling onto the table. So, there it is. Okay, we have found the antenna. That is good, boys. Just like the Aircan the Rouge, I can insert this antenna and we'll be good to go. Alrighty, so here we go with the JetBlue Airbus A321Neo in the mint configuration with streamers. Really excited for this. It took me probably 5 minutes to get that antenna in. I still think it looks a little odd, so that's why it took so long. Pardon me, but really excited for this model. It's going to be awesome, and let's go into detail. Alrighty, so here we go. We got the cockpit windows and the name of the aircraft I can't see. You guys may be able to. L1 boarding door with the antenna in the nose landing gear. Got the Fly-Fi logo with the JetBlue billboard titles. Looking really good. Reminds me a lot of the RM one from initial glance. Then we got the emergency exits right here, of course, with the JetBlue.com here on the engine. Got the main landing gear as well. This is my second Neo. Of course, I have the normal NG one, but that has the balloons tail. This is the streamer, so that was the difference maker for buying this. We have the sharklets right here. These also look really good. The mold's very similar to the NG for the most part. Got the Wi-Fi box, which is an interesting shade of gray, so that's pretty neat. And then, of course, we have the next emergency exit, the antenna. Sorry that this one's kind of wacky. I guess that's how it's supposed to go in from what I've tried to figure it out, but regardless. Then we have November 2105 Juliet, the L2 door streamers. Really cool gradients between the dark and light blues and the mid blues too. Really happy that I chose to get this. It's definitely an interesting tail, but I don't think I'm going to regret it with how good a value it has. Of course, this side is nothing too crazy besides the luggage doors, just like all the other aircraft. Here's the top of the aircraft as well. That looks really nice. And then the bottom of the aircraft, as we can see, I'm going to gently hold it up, kind of give you guys a brief look, but of course, I don't want that antenna to fall out. Really nice job. Very happy with this. And let's get into Gemini Jet Gemini Jets August. Alrighty, so here we go with the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 by Gemini Jets in the Astrojet livery. I did find the Lone Star, like I said, so we'll do that one after the 737 Maxes to give us a nice break. So really excited for this. This is going to be a great plane. Of course, I got the NG one too, but I've seen some different things about this model, and of course, it's all ties back to the Chrome Retro that we got back in 2019 of June. So really eager to see this. I'm going to be shocked if it comes fully intact, but here we go. Got the Gemini Jets made for collectors by collectors with the Astrojet right here. Box, of course, is your generic Gemini Jets box. We've done so many Panda and NG boxes that we haven't been used to this. Here's the pamphlet if you guys would like to read that. Sorry. Not a ton of Gemini Jets, which is pretty crazy, but here's the back as well. We have the 2021, so would be shocked if this came fully intact, and it's looking good from this perspective. So, but regardless, here we go. What? Is this an NG? Alrighty, so here we go with the Gemini Jets 1:400 scale American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Astrojet livery. Very excited for this model. It looks pretty good, honestly, so let's take a look. Alrighty, beginning right here, we have the nose cone that it has the gray around it with the obviously Gemini nose shape. Then we got the landing gear door and the landing gear right here with cockpit windows. L1 boarding door, and then we got the American Airlines livery, of course, the Astrojet livery, I should say, with the really cool stripe and everything. Got American Airlines throughout here. Now, this is my observation. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but as you can see, it really looks like there's super glue right there in the middle. So there's a good chance somewhere down the line that this got super glued. So it is unfortunate, but hey, at least it is fully intact now. So you got the antenna right there along with the next, okay, just make sure that's stable. We got the Wi-Fi box, the next antenna, the CFM56s and the winglets, of course. Rest in peace. Then we got the tail right here as well. That looks really good. Panning over to the other side, of course, we have everything. The nose is pretty interesting, to say the least. Maybe they'll fix it one day, but That side doesn't look glued, but this one definitely seems glued, so no issue with that. It was gonna have to happen anyway, so. But here's the top of the model. There we go. And the bottom. Really nice model, honestly. Outside the mold, delivery was done super well. Very happy with it, and I'm really pleased with it. So well done by Gemini Jets. Next up, we have the American Airlines 737 MAX 8s, the second release. Very excited for these. Of course, I got two, as I did sell one previously, but on top of that, my standard is to get two of every mainline aircraft released for Americans. So, well, excluding special deliveries, of course. So we did just that. Really excited for these. I've seen some different things for sure with some rocket ship engines and some things, but regardless, excited for this. So here we go. Let me take us in here. Really good seller here for Gemini Jets, of course. The MAX getting back into service, so this was a good choice. Can't believe that this was the latest release to this point that's arrived. It's crazy, and it's almost November. Gemini Jets made for collectors by collectors. We got the CGI right here. Boeing 737 MAX 8, American Airlines. Nothing too crazy, of course. You got the generic box. This is nothing flabbergasting, to say the least. It is a nice looking box, that I will give Gemini that. And here's the back. Once again, 2021 release. Interesting color down the back. But hopefully the aircraft's in good shape. Let's take a look. Here is the pamphlet, as you guys can see, and the aircraft. That color is looking interesting. Let's take a look. So it reminds me quite a bit of the 789 from initial glance, and it has that weird metallic feeling again. But the aircraft is intact, and the engines don't look as bad as what I anticipated, but that's not looking too bad. Let's get the other one out. MAX number 2. Let's take a engine broken, anything drastic. What do we got? Yeah, so that one definitely looks like the engine is slightly more crooked, but we do have our two American Airlines 737 MAX 8s. Here we go with the American Airlines 737 MAX 8, second release from Gemini Jets. Oh no, that is a bad Cirrus Club that I just saw over there. But the good news is we only have like 3 models left. So regardless, here we go. American Airlines 737 MAX 8. Super excited for this. Let's zoom in and take a look. Alrighty, so we got the nose cone right here. Once again, just like the previous one, very interesting shape. A nose landing gear door in the landing gear right here. L1 boarding door with the American Airlines billboard titles, as we can see. This one's not near as bad as the other one, but here's kind of what I was talking about. Let me actually just swap Maxes for this. There we go. It's not horrible, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely noticeable. So a little bit of tilt right there in those engines. Then we got the landing gear. It looked a little crooked too. Yeah, that looks a little crooked. But regardless, got the antenna and the Wi-Fi box as well. November 324 Romeo November. I believe the last one was Romeo Alpha. Got the Wi-Fi box and the winglets that look good. Good job on the wing detail. That looks really good. Then we got the American Airlines tail. Doesn't look as saturated as previous releases. Once again, the color is very acceptable. I'm very happy with it. Just from analyzing it, I'm not... yeah, I don't know what to compare it to, honestly. It seems... yeah, maybe a little bit lighter than the 789, but overall, really good job. Very happy with this, and I'm really glad to see this from Gemini Jets, so well done. Next in line right here, we have the Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Lone Star 1 livery, the last model I got from the September release. I kind of wanted quite a few, like the Fedex ATR and quite a few of those, but I chose to go for these 3. This one obviously is now coming out from the Waffle exclusive, so I will have 2 of these just like the Astrojet, but regardless, here we go. Gemini Jets logo made for collectors by collectors. We got Lone Star 1 Boeing 737-700 Southwest in the white box, as we previously talked about with the last MAX that we had. And then we got quite a few other Southwest, just not from Gemini Jets. Here's the back of the box. We have 2021, so that is accurate. Hopefully not broken. The livery looks pretty good from the tier list, so eager to see it in real life. And here we go. Yeah, looking pretty solid. Very happy with that to this point. Let's get the plastic off. Oops. Looking good. Alrighty, here we go with the Southwest Airlines 737-700 Lone Star 1 by Gemini Jets. Definitely really good. I'm very pleased with it to this point, so let's take a look. Alrighty, starting with the cockpit windows, then we got Lone Star right here. Got the landing gear door and landing gear. The nose shape's definitely what it is, and that's the best way I can put it. You got the L1 boarding door, and then you got the star of the Texas fly right here. I did get to see the 300. I have not got to see the 700 to this point yet. Got the antennas right here, and then of course we have the CFM56 engines. Here's the landing gear as well with the Wi-Fi box, November 931 Whiskey November, and then we got the Southwest Airlines hardtail as well. Really, really nice job. Very, very happy to see this. Really, really good job by Gemini Jets. This is definitely one of the better models. What Gemini Jets has done really well recently that I've been very happy with is deliveries, for the most part, have been really good. I have not seen many to complain about in this video. The SkyWest House was definitely a little on the iffy side. This is definitely really good. All the models that we've had to this point from Gemini in this this session. And then I'm just looking over to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, from what I have, it's been really good. So we're down to our last two models. They're both NG September releases from NG models, two American Airlines Astrojets, and the boxes do collide. So let's put those in front of us to take a look in the opposite order. There we go, perfect. You got the American Airlines 737-800 in the Astrojet Heritage livery, and then we have the American Airlines 757-200. This is in the what's the I'm trying to think of the proper the previous version of Astrojet, what its proper naming is. I don't think it's just Flagship. Let me check on the website because it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. Okay, so it is Jet Flagship. That's, I guess, what it was called. But these two boxes are looking really good together. Now, obviously, this one, not seeing any issues, but this one, let's just see what's going on. Really, overall, though, only to have like 5 broken models out of 60 is remarkable. So, regardless, though, let's take a look. Here is the box. Let me get the cameras fixed up a little bit. My apologies. Boeing 737-800. Then you got the Astrojet, the big one, and then the small one that look really nice. You got the 737-800 American Airlines. Then you got the streak right here. November 905, November. It used to be, fun fact, November 951, and I've seen both of them, so that's pretty cool. Astrojet NG 1-400, all that fun stuff. You got the bottom of the box. I can just hear that rattling. I honestly don't know what it is. It may be an engine, maybe a landing gear. Sorry, I'm not trying to break it. And the cirrus clouds are thin, so that's good news, but eager to see it. We do have wings and everything, so that's nice. Oh, sorry. Here we go. What is the broken part going to be? Hopefully the whole model is not destroyed, but usually models are not that loud, so at least we're expecting it. It's a horizontal stabilizer, okay. So that immediately came out. Hopefully it did not damage the fuselage, but hopefully the plastic helped that. And okay, so the wings are in good shape. So this went about as good as it can go. I'm just inspecting the fuselage to make sure there's not any horrible dents or anything. Plastic did a good job. It must have just rattled around in the top. So here we go. Alrighty, so here we go with the American Airlines 737-800 in the Astrojet livery. Outside of this horizontal stabilizer, I think we're going to have a really good model. So let's take a look. Alrighty, here we go with the nose cone. Then we got the Astrojet titles. We have the L1 boarding door. We have the nose landing gear with the landing gear door as well. The American Airlines titles, and man, this just makes the Gemini. Gemini 1 is good, but this is just a whole new level to say the least. American Airlines across the fuselage, the CFM56 engines, nicely proportioned. Got the landing gear doors as well. Followed as such, we have the winglets and the Wi-Fi box. The back winglet, November 905, November. And here is the Astrojet tail. This is one of the big couple of models that I began requesting back in April of 2020. I think I requested Astrojet to them at probably 2 or 3 times overall. It was this one, Sky Team for Delta 738 that we got last year. And then the other big one that I really wanted is the US Airways Heritage. The Aero Classic, or the one that Aero Classics did. So hopefully they'll make that one as well to kind of complete this big trio of models I've wanted. But this is definitely a great start. But outside the horizontal stabilizer, we're looking good. That could have been much worse. So, but man, what a stunning aircraft. NG Models continuing to do an excellent job on these models. And I'm really, really, really happy with this. So well done, NG Models. Very, very nice. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but we're to our final model. Alrighty, guys, the final model of Massive Unboxing 16 is the American Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Astrojet livery. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, I can't thank you guys enough. Very, very appreciative of all your guys' support, and it's been an amazing 50 model unboxing to this point. American Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Jet Flagship livery. Astrojet, of course, the older theme. Really glad to get this model. This is going to be an excellent addition. Really excited for this. So let's do it one final time, everybody. Man, it's obviously massive unboxings aren't ending anytime soon. It's just crazy because this one's been so anticipated. Boeing 757-200, then you got the older American logo right here that transpires into the circle. Then we got the American Airlines and the streak right here as well. November 679 Alpha November, so another troll on a Delta wing-loaded aircraft, and here's the typical NG stuff. This is my first NG 757 in the video. I think it is, which is pretty crazy. Surprised we didn't have more, but because we had like A330, a 787, and everything, so was very tempted to get the Hawaiian 787, but I chose to pass. May have to come back and get it if it's still available, but last model, everybody, American 757-200. I probably didn't need to start this early either, but it's A-okay. So here we go. Last model, guys, and it's going to be a banger to say the least. This is looking awesome, and those Cirrus clouds are definitely about to completely take over. We may not get the thumbnail today, but here we go. Gotta finish on a high note, and we are going to do just that. Here we go, everybody. The American Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Jet Flagship Astrojet livery. What a stunning model. This is a banger to say the least to finish off with. Very happy with this. Let's take a full in-depth look one final time, everybody. Alrighty, we got the cockpit windows along with the old AA logos right here, of course. L1 door and then the landing gear. First NG 757 in a while. Very happy with this. American Airlines titles across the front here in that orange is just so beautiful. Look at this. You got the L2 door and the antennas, of course, the emergency exits for this Gen 2. And then we have the, the engine orange fading. So cool. I really like this. I prefer the red, but the orange was really cool for its time. And then, of course, we got the landing gear as well. The rest of the fuselage. Wow. November 679 Alpha November. You got that antenna in the back along with the American Airlines tail, the United States flag, all those amazing grooves. Goodness gracious, what an amazing model. Of course, you guys know me. This is my first Jet Flagship livery. Very tempted to get the JC Wing 727 as well. Or is it? That's the normal Astrojet, actually, I think so. Definitely looking to continue to build the fleet, but this is a great start. Very happy with this. What a stunning model. And an amazing model to finish massive unboxing number 16, pardon me. So let's take a look at session 3's full results. Then we'll take a look at everything combined. Here we go, everybody. Alrighty, everybody. So here we go. Here was all the models. Very pleased with everything. I think they're all looking really good. Very nice job. And these are all outstanding. So let's get everything put together and let's get this conclusion rolling of all these amazing models, everybody. And there it is, everybody. I have counted 55 models, which is unbelievable. And my goodness, how about this unboxing? Everything from American Airlines, the Southwest has pretty much a row or almost a row and a half, which is crazy. Actually, American has pretty much 2 rows with all those retros. Those Alaskas, Frontiers, United, Delta, JetBlue, Spirit, all these international airlines. This is, what a lineup. What a lineup this is, man. Let me just give you guys some handheld views of this. Thank you guys so much for watching Massive Unboxing 16. I seriously can't thank you guys enough. I'm really happy with this unboxing, and it's just crazy to get 55 models at once like this. Or obviously they all accumulated, but to unbox them all at once is just absolutely crazy. So thank you guys so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, whether it turned out to be 2 hours long, 3 hours long, surely not 4. But regardless of how long it was, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It was so much fun to make, and there's so many awesome models. Be sure to let me know which ones are your guys' favorites in the comments section. I would really appreciate it. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And man, what an unboxing. Obviously, we did have some fatalities. That's A-okay. We ended up having so many amazing models like Freedom 1 over there. Then these Americans right here. Really nice. The Volaris. All these American retro aircraft, the Alaskas, panning over to the Uniteds, very nice. Frontiers, really glad to get all those Frontiers. Panning over to the back row, those JetBlues, that's a really nice trio right there. Not to say that nothing isn't, or that the others haven't been, but just something that caught my eye right there. Then we got the UPS A300, United, G5, pardon me, the A380s, Antonov 124, Lufthansa A330, American SP. Man, what a lineup that this is, everybody. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to share the video if you guys would like to. And once again, if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you guys would like to, and also like the video. And please leave a comment. Let me know your guys' feedback. I would really like to hear. Obviously, I haven't been able to make an unboxing video in so long, so of course this was all my thoughts, and I didn't want to speed things up, but as you guys could tell, you know, I didn't take 5 minutes on every model because that was definitely unrealistic. I definitely probably spent a little too much time unboxing the actual boxes though, so let me know some feedback in the comment section. And Massive Unboxing 17 will hopefully be coming soon, but I have no idea what the itinerary for unboxings will be. I know that I do have one model that will be its own video coming out shortly, but besides that, everything's kind of just going to be playing it by ear. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. It was so much fun to make this, and I'm really excited for more big unboxings to come. You guys mean the world to me, and I seriously can't thank you guys enough for all the support on my channel. It means the world, and I'm so excited for what's to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust the process, do what you love, and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.